Heyo. All right, everybody. Settle in, everybody. Oh, you metaversal maniacs. Metaversal mayhem. All you YouTube addicts. Get help, everybody. Very likely you need help. If you're listening to the sound of my voice, right now, right here, you need help. Most likely. There's a whole big world out there. I'm not telling you to stop listening to me, of course. I'm obviously the exception here, but all other content should be avoided due to health and safety concerns. I'm concerned for all of you. You've gone too far. You're in too deep. You've come out the other end of the rabbit hole, and you found yourself here at the Z Show. They say the rabbit hole's never ending. But that's wrong. The rabbit hole ends. Turns out it ends right here. Interestingly enough. So you've made it to the bottom, to the basement of the internet. You've gone through the web. You've gone even further through the dark web, and now you've made your way here. Welcome. Get help, everybody. There's help to be had. There's treatment. There's treatment options for you. Rehab, so to speak. YouTube rehab. Heyo. Heidi's active already. Let me get the show started in the proper fashion. Hold on, everybody. Look, What's Up is here. What's up with you? Heidi's already arguing with people in the comment section. Heidi, what's that all about? Like, you're just already out of the gates, like in some type of conflict. Anyway, let's get the show started. It's enough of this. What's wrong with my screen? All right. Welcome, everybody. Gather around. Come on in. There's room for everybody here. There's room for everybody. We don't discriminate. All are welcome. All are welcome. Shout out to Pangea from Poltergeist, the little weird lady. 3 people in the audience just got that reference. All are welcome. Come into the light. All are welcome. Who else is here? Jeff Hyatt's here. Jeff Hyatt, you'll be happy to know that I went and I was listening to the best of Nancy Griffith last night. Jeff, how does that make you feel? You've been hounding me to listen to Nancy Griffith for like a while now. So I went and I did it. And I liked it. Jeff Hyatt, it was a good recommendation. Once I saw her, I realized I've seen her before. I've heard her music. Yeah, right on, Jeff, right on. Particularly liked her rendition of From a Distance, which it seems like she was the original singer. She didn't write it, apparently. But I remember that song from when I was young in like the 90s. Bette Midler did this song, From a Distance. You know, I'm sure a lot of people know it. A lot of people probably remember the Bette Midler version, even though they might not know it was Bette Midler. I don't even think it was Bette Midler singing it because her voice sounded too good. I don't know. There might be something going on there. But so then, Jeff, you know me, my mind, I started looking into the lyrics for like clues, conspiracy type of stuff, messages. What does it mean from a distance? And I kind of took it from there. But anyway, nice recommendation, Jeff Hyatt. And check out Nancy Griffith, everybody. Let's get the show started. We didn't start it. We have to do it properly. Nuba's here. He's a professional. So we need to... I keep saying your name. Nuba. Is it Nuba or Noba? Can you show me in the chat? Like, how would I phonetically say your word? Your name? Like, can you give me the phonemic pronunciation? Can you make it easy for me, Nuba? I think it's Nuba. It must be Nuba. With that many O's, it has to be Nuba. I don't know. But you're from Australia, so who knows? I can't follow you guys. You guys have weird accents. All right, let's get the show started. Good morning, everybody. Grand Approach, Grand Rising. Welcome to Z Show, the show that never ends, the show about me, the show where we take a solipsistic journey into my consciousness, into my mind. And we see what comes out the other side. Who knows? You never know. Maybe we might all learn something through the process. Maybe not. Maybe none of us ever learn anything past the age of like 5. Who knows? That's possible too. Let's see who showed up. 5-Speed in the house. Much love. Gary Baxter. Peace and love. Peace and love. Major Face Palm. Good to see you. Like I said, Nuba in the house. Jeff Hyatt J. He says, "What's up, homie? Have I missed the last couple? What have I missed the last couple days?" Well, Jay, it's all on record. Feel free to explore the last few days worth of content at your own leisure. Heidi, Divine Spirit 313 in the house. Caged Reality coming at us up early. He wants some kind of link. Stuck in Indra's net. I don't know what you're saying, Cage. Good to see you, Cage. Cage Reality coming at you. Music holds the secret. Yes, it does. I already said what's up to What's Up. Who else? Chris from South Jersey. Up early. Benton checking in early. Just says, yo. What's up, Benton? Yo to you too, Home Slice. Benton, everybody. Everybody's favorite trucker. You could always join Benton when he He's driving and he kind of gives you his stream of consciousness. I always forget, guys, is the term stream of conscious or stream of consciousness? Anyway, it doesn't matter. You always follow Benton as he explores his own reality in his truck. In a truck with Benton. It's kind of like in a yurt with books, but it's in a truck with Benton. London McLovin in the house. Oh, London, I got your message in my comments. I need to respond to you. I need to respond to London. Let me do that now, London. I know it's going to fuck with my show just to come in and do this live. Probably not the best idea. You know, I would imagine so. Let me see. I'm responding right now, London, man. I'm going against the radio, the fundamentals of radio broadcasting right now by coming in here and just responding live on air. This could ruin the whole show. Anybody who's new here might see through my, my amateur-like tendencies here. All right, London, man. I just responded. Let me know if you got it. Much love, much love. It's all right. We're letting everybody roll in this morning. It's Monday morning, everybody. Moon Day, which is weird. It's Moon Day. Yeah, so I've been thinking more and more about these moon cycles, and you guys know I'm like spurging out about this moon stuff and the months. So it's funny. This was triggered by Jeff Hyatt when I was listening to that Nancy Griffin or Griffith, whatever her name is, Griffin or Griffiths. She has a song about blue moons. So I started thinking, a blue moon. Listen, guys, I'm going to try not to get upset. It's very early, but I don't want to get upset. You know, I don't want to jump out of the gates and just get all emotional and get all crazy. But she referenced there. She has a song title. The title of her song has the term "blue moon" in it. So I started thinking, yeah, blue moon. What is that? A blue moon is when you have two blue moons. It's the second full moon in a month. So say you have any particular month and it has two full moons in it, right? So maybe it's, I don't know, November. You have one right November 1st and then at the end of November. So you have two full moons in the same month. And then I started thinking, that's insane. It's crazy. Because they just made arbitrary months, which really should just be based on the moon cycles. Right? So what they did, they gave you an arbitrary month, and then they tell you that's your reality. That's the structure. So they're going to structure your mindset around their false construct of time and tell you that, oh, well, a blue moon is when you have two full moons in the same month. You can't have two full moons in the same month. A month is a moon cycle. Just because they fucked it up shouldn't mean anything to us. See, I'm getting upset already. Got to tone it down. This will turn some people away, guys. I'm saying, oh, Z, you're too aggressive. You need to talk nicely to all these people who can't understand logic and reasoning. So just talk nice to them because they'll get it. Just let them stay in their ignorance. Nuba, do you know what I'm saying, Nuba? Do you get it? There's no such thing as a blue moon. Get it? They just made it up because there's no such thing as the months that they give you on the calendar. They just made that up too. The only thing there is the cycles in the heaven. That's the only thing that governs time. That's the clock. It's in the sky. There's no 2 months in the same. There's no two full moons in the same month because that's an artificial construct. It's just a moon cycle. I don't know. Jeff Hyatt says, right on, Z. Thank you. Somebody fucking listens to me. What's up? What's up says, let it out, Z. Nothing wrong with being passionate. Oh, so now you're a fan of me? What's up? I see. What's up? I have eyes and ears everywhere. I saw your little negative comments about me. What's up? Now you're here telling me to let it out. Much love. I'm only razzing you. It's a big internet. What's up? You go wherever you want. And anyway, at least some of you guys understand what I'm saying. So yeah, Jeff Hyatt, I went off on the fucking blue moon concept, dude, because it's completely false. It's completely artificial. They're just twisting our minds, guys. They're just fucking with us. It's a smokescreen. It's a distraction. Divine Spirit says 7 days a week to make week, months, and years. Just keep us under fake cycling. Right. It's just all insane. It really is. And I get it, guys. I understand. The moon cycles don't exactly match up with the sun cycle. See what I'm saying? So as the sun cycles, it goes through its 365 day a year roughly cycle to return back to its origin point. It doesn't exactly match up with the 13 months or months. I get that because it's cycles within cycles, but it's just the same way that the 365-year sun cycle, or how one sun cycle, it's the same way how one sun cycle doesn't match up with the zodiacal precession. Now it's off somewhat, and you see that embedded in apparently a larger cycle, which is, they say, 26,000 years, give or take, if we're to believe anything about the precession of the equinox. But either way, that's the time. The only way you could judge time in this reality is from the heavens. And they fucked it all up, guys. Anyway. I'm going to try to let it go. I don't want to spurg out on the moon and the heavens and stuff. Because us shaped-hards, we could do that. The shaped-hards could spurg out because, I don't know. It seems like we have some desire to, know where we live and not be lied to about the very reality in which we exist in. Jeff Hyatt says, Z, you know so much. Keep on trucking. Thanks, Jeff, but I don't need any more. I don't need my head to be inflated any more than it is. I appreciate the praise. Keep the praise coming, but I need to check myself when it comes to praise. Because as I said the other day, all glory is truly fleeting. And there really is no glory here in this physical realm. At least not anything worth pursuing. All right. Let me cleanse the palate. Let me calm down. I came in hot about the moon, Major Face Palm says, pro truth drop, anti spurg out. Love it. Love it. Yeah. I was going to put up a poll because I could put polls up, but I don't know how to do it. Like, I'm streaming through StreamYard, and I have my channel on my phone next to me, and I know there's ways that I can put up a poll for you guys so you guys can vote on certain things, but I just haven't figured out how to do that yet. But anyway, I was going to put a poll up either this morning or some other time because I have a question for the audience, because I was thinking about this morning when I got up. The question is basically, should I, Z, the Tedic Warrior, me, myself, and I, should I pursue let's say, romantic relationships or encounters with my listeners, my fans, so to speak. You guys can start letting me know what you think in the chat. So, should I sleep with my listeners? Meldum's in the house. He said, you have to do it on YouTube chat on desktop. The plus sign. Thanks, dude. I don't have my desktop pulled up in here. I'll look at it. Should I sleep with my listeners? What do you guys think? Flow State says yes, I should. But Flow State, coming from you, that's not a surprise. Of course, Flow State would say yes. He's also pro cunnilingus, which I'm not, apparently. Major Facepalm says only the women. I like that. Heidi just said no. Well, Heidi, you might be a bit biased there, because I'm sure if I put the poll up, should Zetetic Warrior sleep with Heidi, your answer would probably be different. But Ruled by Saturn says no, which is interesting, Ruled by Saturn, because more and more as time goes on, I'm finding out that you may be the most credible person here, just based on your comments and some of the things you say. So Ruled by Saturn's commentary and opinion kind of holds a lot of sway with me, and you say no. Tilburg says that's gay. So Tilburg feels like if I sleep with my listeners, that's gay. I'm not following the logic there, Tilburg, but I don't know. London just laughs. I don't know. Mateo's up. Mateo's awake this morning. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, Tilburg, if that's gay or not, but you know. Mateo just says, do you. Good advice, Mateo. Mateo always has a good take on things too, but he says, do me. London Man referencing Rob Cleveland. He says Rob Cleveland might say yes. Who knows? We'll let Rob speak for himself. Yeah, I don't know, guys. But Heidi gave it like a resounding no. Sky Rooster's here. The fuck did Sky Rooster say? He says, Cocky Rooster says, if you aren't afraid of STDs. Good point. Well, here's the thing, Sky Rooster. I mean, you could say that about anybody, whether it's sleeping with one of my listeners or going down to some local bar and scraping up some skeezer. I'd probably have to worry about the same thing, you know? Nuba's going back to the month debate and the months. Nuba says the adding of the months, etc., is fucking with the chronology. It was to mess up the sky clock. Easier to hide and control history and time without people watching the sky anymore. Nice take, Nuba. For all you guys here who, like our friend Steve, DD214, head motherfucker in charge, who are weighing this whole thing, you know, and looking at least starting to question the foundations of their reality and the cosmology that's given to us. I want you guys to really think about that. We have the heavens that keep a perfect timepiece for humanity throughout history. Why did the controllers feel a need to give us an artificial time construct where we're defining our time by completely arbitrary means and mechanisms? Anyway, I'm going back and forth between high-level discussions about the nature of reality, the heavens, and the controllers, and pendulum swinging back and forth between that and wondering if I should fuck my listeners. I don't know what that says about me, guys. It's a little goofy. It's a little goofy. Little goofy. Yeah. It's crazy. Yeah, Heidi just gets, don't worry, Nuba. Heidi gets excited. She wakes up in the morning, she drinks her coffee, she turns on the Z show, and then she just starts to lose it, you know? She goes crazy. Like Heidi loses her composure anytime she's exposed to me. So, just a quick note to the chat. Heidi can't really be held responsible for anything she says down here in chat because when she's here at the show, she just loses everything. You know, she kind of can't handle it. She's learning. She seems like she's learning how to handle it. You know, she's developing control, but she seems to be fighting with somebody in the chat. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, she's telling me that she's not jealous of me. Okay. So Heidi says, I honestly don't care. If you did, then that's yours. I was saying no again about me being jealous. Gotcha. All right, Heidi's not jealous. Heidi said she wouldn't be jealous if I engaged in sexual concourse, which is a word, but I apparently now use that word for sex, but we'll just call it sexual conquest. Heidi said she wouldn't be jealous if I pursued sexual conquests. Anyway. Yeah. Just relax, Heidi. It's a long show, Heidi. We do 3 hours every morning. It can't all be just can't. We can't just have all this frenetic energy. There needs to be an ebb and flow. There has to be ups and downs. It's just too much for people otherwise. I saw that Paul Enslaved was playing me on his show yesterday. However, I didn't get a chance to watch it. I don't know. If there's anybody out there that wants to update me on the content, feel free to let me know. Although I'll take it with a grain of salt because you people, all you truth-averse addicts, all you people who just can't stop engaging in the the metaverse of madness, you guys tend to, you tend to exaggerate things. So I'll take anything you guys say with a grain of salt. But if anybody wants to fill me in, feel free. Nice one, Major Facepalm. Somewhere in time, the way you comment in chats is so disjointed and full of non sequiturs. I can never even understand what you're saying. Like you're just full with like hashtags, abbreviations, emojis. It's really difficult to read. I don't know like what your style is there. Maybe you don't speak English as your primary language, but it's so strange. It's so strange. London Man is saying the Pawn Slave folks don't like me. Wow, London Man, that's a pretty generalized statement. Maybe we should just maybe we should just stick to the facts, London Man, because saying that they don't like me, we'd be assuming things about their mindset, their intent. So I think we'd be taking liberties to say they don't like me. It's possible, but I prefer we stick to the facts of the matter. Yeah. So I don't know. Just saying that that they don't like me would be probably a little bit too general. London says I keep it real. Well, we love Paulie over here. At least I do. London Man just says, big facts, big facts. Yeah, Flow State. Nobody knows what you're up to, dude. Who knows? The real question is, Flow State, what are you doing up this early? I'm not saying, I mean, look, I'm up this early. So is everybody else here, but Flow State, you seem to, what's the expression? Burn the candle at both ends. You're up late at night and then you wake up early, unless you're just not sleeping. But you seem to kind of have an omnipresence, so to speak, here in these YouTube streets. He says he doesn't even know. Yeah. Yeah, so I don't know. Maybe if somebody wants to come up later and fill me in on what was going on at the Paul and Slave channel. Oh, Stephen Crumley's weighing in. Crumley says Paul was laughing his ass off when you started getting amped up telling Rob about how you have to work up to the high energy. Nice one. Mateo gave me a weather report. Thanks, Mateo. Says I should use fertilizer before it rains an inch. Well, we need rain. Mateo and I live like in the same geographical region. But anyway, back to Crumley's statement. It's true, man. I'm 44 years old, guys. I've been through it, you know. I've lived like the majority of my life. So I don't wake up just with the same vigor as maybe a younger man would. Like I have it in me, but I've learned more and more as time goes on to maintain my energy in a way, cultivate it. Yeah. Anyway, maybe we'll talk more about that later. And then this morning I was thinking, because Jack Talcott stops by my show every once in a while. Like he stopped by yesterday at the end of the show. He didn't come on. And I want to be able to bring Jack up here. But I don't want to just bring Jack up and just keep going on the Jack loop where we just talk about his ideologies, end all wars, live without fear, seek world domination, et cetera, et cetera. I don't want to do that each time Jack comes up. So I'm trying to find like a bit that we can do for Jack. So I was like sitting there brainstorming as I'm brushing my teeth what we could do with Jack when he comes on the show. So I have some ideas. I'm working on it. Because when a man like Jack Talcott shows up at your show, he can't be ignored. He's a force to be reckoned with. He is the Talcottian one. And no offense to you, Axis Rat Blood, but I think Jack is the one who's truly influencing the field. I don't want to take anything away from, all your works, Axis, but if anybody's influencing the field besides you, Axis, it's Mr. Talcott. Yeah, London McLovin seems to be a, a Talcott fan. Like, unironically, he's an unironic Talcott fan. Thanks, Gary Baxter. He just said, I just started living. I like that mindset, Gary. I needed that. Thank you. Austin Murphy's he's in the house this morning again. 3:45 in the morning. Austin. Go to sleep, Austin Murphy. Wind it down. It's okay. Austin needs love. Is there anybody out there who wants to show love to Austin Murphy? Much like me, I look at Austin Murphy and I see a man who's I look at Austin Murphy just like myself, and I see a man who's in need of some type of, you know, some tender love and care, so to speak, some TLC. Austin Murphy needs a little bit of tenderness in his life. I'm probably projecting, Austin. I really am. But like I said, life is about ebbs and flows, ups and downs. We can't be on the warpath all the time. Maybe it's not a good idea to ever be on the warpath. Just to embrace the natural ebbs and flows of life and just meet life on life's terms. And how do we find that balance between the flow state where we could move naturally, but also influencing this world in some way? So anyway, it's about the ups and downs, Austin Murphy. But you look like a guy who needs a little tenderness in your life. I don't know. What do I know? Either way, Austin Murphy, peace and love to you. I wish you peace and blessings. Right, Major Face Palm is proposing that Jack Talcott play the part of the white neighbor on the Rob Cleveland show. That's a no-brainer, Major Face Palm. I'm going to take that under consideration, highly under consideration. You know, there may be nobody else for that role, the white neighbor, because of course, you know, when we do the Rob Cleveland show, there has to be the white neighbor. You know, you just have to have it. Like we all remember the show Home Improvement. Everybody remembers Wilson, the neighbor. You never really saw his face, but he was like the sage. So whenever Tim the Tool-Time Tailor had any problems or issues that he was dealing with, he'd just always go out in his backyard and he'd be kind of ruminating on whatever problems he was having, you know, with his bitch wife and his nagging kids. Guys, the life of a family man, like the average married family man, it's a nightmare. I'm sure all you guys in the chat could relate with it. So as Tim would go out hating his life, as he'd be ruminating in his backyard about some issue that he was dealing with, Wilson, the friendly neighbor, would just materialize and appear and offer some type of sage advice or wisdom that would always lead to some type of resolution. So I agree, Major Facepalm. We need that dynamic in the Rob Cleveland show. Yeah, Heidi says Rob's not going to do it. He's over it. Well, we know Rob's not a real Z fan. He really just appears to come here to get his face on camera and farm white bitches, which is fine if he wants to do it, but we know Rob's not a Z fan. I'd even go so far, Heidi, to probably categorize Rob as a Z hater. If I'm to be really honest. He doesn't want to be a Z hater, but he appears to be one. But no matter, Heidi, we don't really need Rob to do the Rob Cleveland show because we have London Man. London Man has already offered his services for the Rob Cleveland show. It's already in the works. It's just based around Rob Cleveland. He doesn't have to play the part of himself. We're going to bring London Man in to play the part of Rob Cleveland for the Rob Cleveland show. It makes sense, at least in my mind. London Man, he already told me he's preparing for the role. He's already losing weight. He already has a nutritionist. London Man has dedicated himself to the role of Rob Cleveland. He's already preparing. He has a nutritionist. He has the trainer. He already has the acting coach. He's already enrolled in the Lee Strasberg School of Method Acting, where all the greats have gone. De Niro, Pacino, Brando, Meryl Streep, all the greats, all the great method actors. London Man's already studying the Lee Strasberg technique. He said he's going to go full method acting for the Rob Cleveland show. So for the duration of the Z show and the Z network, London Man's going to have to basically embody the whole Rob Cleveland essence. He's going full method. He's diving right into the role. That's what I'm told, at least. So anyway, London Man, I appreciate your dedication to your craft of acting. So I'll get the script to you soon, Rob. Mimi is already on board as the female lead, but the show must go on, as they say. If Rob Cleveland is unwilling to play himself in his own show, we're just going to have to move on with the production. That's Broadway. That's Hollywood. That's the entertainment business. The show must go on. No, Jeff Hyatt, I can't resurrect Jeff Portier to play iconic golden cinema actor Jeff Portier. No. Although with the AI, the AI software that seems to be so readily available, ChatGPT and such, maybe we can resurrect Sidney Poitier to play the role of Rob Cleveland. I don't know. I mean, I already offered it to London Man, but part of me wants to extend the offer to other prominent black actors. Chris Rock. I see he's sort of experimenting with his acting chops and, with dramatic roles and things like that. Wayne "The Rock" Johnson. Maybe we could bring him in to play the role of Rob Cleveland. I'm not sure. Jamie Foxx. I don't know Gary Baxter. I hear Jamie Foxx has had some recent health issues. I don't know. It's weird. It's weird how all these people are having these recent health issues. A lot of people just having strokes lately. Why are all these fairly young, fairly healthy? Why are all these otherwise normally healthy people just having all these weird health issues that seem to involve their cardiovascular system? I don't know. Who knows? I don't want to speculate, Who am I to speculate on the cause of these seemingly mysterious health issues that all these people just seem to be coming down with? I don't know. Right, Tristan Laverack. It was sudden and unexpected. Weird. I don't know. Seems like there's some weird correlation with all these incidents and people's recent decisions in terms of their health care over the last 3 years. I don't know. Who am I? I'm just a guy who comes on here and talks about these things. A bunch of people apparently want to shut me up. It's weird. I don't know why these people would want to shut me up. We're not really talking about anything that's controversial. Because it really isn't controversial. If it's not obvious to you right now, then what are you looking at? Are you that enslaved in your mind, your heart, and your consciousness that you can't see the writing on the wall and what's going on around you? These people are just having these sudden medical emergencies. You can't see it in your own life. Are you so enthralled by the screen? Are you so trapped by the presentation of the system? It's sad, really. What's Niall saying? Niall says, why don't you do something brave and get Mel Gibson or Robert Downey Jr. to play Rob Cleveland? I don't know, Niall. I don't know how well that'll go down. I'm not sure. Cage just asked me what I think about this David Grush thing. I don't know, Cage. Maybe my truth or credibility is not as high as yours because I don't know who David Grush is. So Maybe you can enlighten me at some point. Yeah, Dr. Evil's weighing in. Yeah. It's a shame, guys. But we have to move forward, guys. We have to. I look at it like this, guys. You have a choice in life. Seems like we have choice. Look, if we don't have choice, what's the point of this whole thing? Why stay here? Why continue to experience this realm if there's no choice? So I have to believe that we have choice. I'm willing to admit that, that my ideology, that there is choice, free will, so to speak, in this realm. I'm willing to admit that that's a belief I have. I can't prove that we have choice and free will. So I have to admit that that's a belief. But extending from that, if there is any choice or any idea of free will in this realm, it's only logical to me that we choose to grow, we choose to move forward, we choose to endeavor in a process where we can move beyond our limitations, move beyond our self-limiting behaviors. Anyway, Cage, why are you so active, dude, this morning? Why are you so active in the chat? What's the deal with that? He said that guy is a government agent whistleblower who just came out with a bunch of info. Okay, fair enough, Cage. Fair enough. Austin Murphy says, I'd love to be able to prove we have choice as well. Yeah. I mentioned this to you the other day, Austin Murphy, that you and I appear to be in a very similar place, which I don't know what that says about me, because Austin, sometimes you seem to be struggling. So I guess that says a lot about me, that you and I appear to be very similar right now in our journey, where we have many more questions than answers. And we're much less willing to state things definitively. And we just see questions on top of questions, which really show this realm to be somewhat fractal in nature. Like I said the other day, that famous quote, it says, things appear to be infinite once we get beyond our perceptions. That we really do see a realm that's never ending. Things appear to be obscured. Either the closer you look or the more far back you go. So as you go more towards the macro, or then more towards the micro in the opposite direction, things become obscured. They become undefinable, meaning to say you really can't define the heavens as such. They're going to tell you it's a universe. They're going to tell you that they have it all figured out, but they don't, guys. It's inscrutable. Nature is inscrutable, whether it's the macro or the micro. The truth is, nobody here knows what the heavens are. It's all theories. Just like nobody knows about this quote-unquote subatomic microscopic world. See what I mean, guys? The more macro you go and the more micro you go, again, it just becomes theory. And what you see now is theory extended to deception. Because it really can't be called a theory if it's purposeful. if it's volitional. Get it? It's not a theory if it's a lie. It's not a theory if it's a narrative imposed for control and domination. That's not a theory. That's a deception. Painted to look like a theory, dressed up. Anyway, where was I? Yeah, Cage. There's no way that somebody who lives your lifestyle should be up right now. It's too much, Cage. Give it a rest. I mean, I like having you here, Cage, but I'm not sure really what you're doing awake right now. Mateo says agenda-driven narrative. Yeah, dude. It's a good way to put it. It is an agenda-driven narrative. Dr. Eval's going off about electricity. Cage just says, send the link. But he's always up early. Cage, who says I'm going to send the link? You're assuming I'm going to send the link. And then you're also assuming that I'm going to let you up here. And I know, Cage, you let me on your show the other day. We had a good time, but maybe we could all practice not assuming things. Much love, Cage. Mateo says, can there be heaven on earth? But he said it like earth. It's a great question, Mateo. It's like I said, dude. It's just questions. You know, it's like the more I learn, the less I know. It's tough to really know anything. It's tough to know anything beyond yourself. It's difficult. It really is. So yeah, guys, I want my audience to start brainstorming ideas for Mr. Talcott. I have a few things I want to do with him. I did like the one idea, I think it was from Facepalm, that Jack Talcott play the neighbor, the friendly neighbor in the Rob Cleveland show. I'm down with that, but that's a side role for him. You know, that's a supporting role. We need to put, you know, we need to have a starring role for Jack on the Z Network. We can't just place him in some, you know, he can't be like the second fiddle to Rob Cleveland. You know, Jack needs his name in lights. You know, Jack needs the marquee pretty much. Jack's a star. You know, for him to take a supporting role, I mean, he'll do that. Like great actors, they'll take a supporting role if it's the right role, typically. But when you're somebody who's at the top of their game, like Jack Talcott is, you know, it's not going to be in his best interest to be side fiddle to Rob Cleveland. Just not. Laverack says Jack Sweeney. I'm not sure exactly the reference. Like, do you want me to do the play Sweeney Todd with I think that's the name of it, with Jack, where he just chops people's heads off and stuff? All right, music holds a secret. You just went over the top with that one. I'm not even going to read what you just said there. That's too racist. Laverack says yes, I was right. No, I like where you're going, Laverack, because I do want to incorporate Jack and others in into musicals. So I want to do musicals here, musical presentations. Um, where we just come on here and like maybe we do it for like holidays, like the Z holiday special, and we could do like a Christmas Carol. We'll do like a Charles Dickens Christmas Carol, but with like Talcott and Paul Enslaved. Let's plan it here, guy. Okay, because Christmas is coming soon enough. It'll be here and before we know it. So let's start planning the Z Christmas special, Christmas Carol. Who plays Ebenezer? Fuck. Does Talcott play Ebenezer Scrooge? All right. Everybody listen up. We're going to do it. It's going to be the Z Network, Z Show, A Christmas Carol Spectacular. Starring Jack Talcott as Ebenezer Scrooge. It has to be Jack Talcott as Ebenezer. Gary Baxter says yes. Who's going to play Tiny Tim? Moose. Moose is Tiny Tim. Does anybody want to write this down? No. Wizard's not Scrooge. Talcott's Scrooge. Wizard is going to play Jacob Marley. Wizard's Jacob Marley, because you know how Jacob Marley comes and screams at him and he basically tells him he's a fuck up? And he's London Man's laughing. See, London Man's British. He gets this. So Wizard is Jacob Marley. And he's basically screaming at Jack, saying, Jack, you're fucking your life up. You're worrying about bullshit. You're cycling on nonsense. You're damning your immortal soul to this realm. And you're building your chains link by link with each insane YouTube presentation that you make. So Wizard's Jacob Marley. All right? Moose is Tiny Tim, of course. Now, the Ghost of Christmas Past is the first one, right? That's the female. So that's got to be played by the part of a woman. To take him back in time, to show him what he's missing out on, all the mistakes that he's made. So we need to fill that role with a female lead. To show him his mistakes, the errors of his ways of his past. And then, of course, there's going to be the Ghost of Christmas Present. There's only one person who can play that role, and that's Paul. Paul Enslaved is the Ghost of Christmas Present. Because he kind of like, he's bigger than life. He's kind of like, indulgent. Like almost like a big Buddha-like presentation, where he's like feasting on things. So we could have Paul and he's like feasting on grilled cheese and stuff. We know he loves the grilled cheese, right? And he kind of goes, it's kind of like basically smacking Jack / Scrooge across. London Man's still laughing. Basically saying, look what you're missing, and he's kind of like an overwhelming presence. So Paul's going to be the Ghost of Christmas Present. And then there's the Ghost of Christmas Future, which is like a deathly like specter. And of course, there's only one person to play that, and that's Axis Ratblood. So Axis Ratblood is going to be the Ghost of Christmas Future. You have Axis in a fucking black hood like the Grim Reaper with those crazy fucking green Mardi Gras beads that he likes to wear. Ruled by Saturn says he'd watch it. And that's the main casting right there. And we're just going to do the whole thing. We're going to just do the whole play out. We're going to fucking do it, man. I'll do that tomorrow. If we can get all those players here, I'll come on. I'll do it because I know it's hard for people to get here in the morning. Like, how are we going to get Jack Talcott here? Christos is laughing. How are we going to get Jack Talcott here so early and Paul? So we might have to do like a late night special where we get everybody in the room and we're just going to do the full fucking thing. And then I could play it each Christmas as a Z Christmas spectacular. Z presents A Christmas Carol. starring Jack Talcott as Ebenezer Scrooge. Come on, Jack. I know you listen to my show in the replay. I need to know, are you in or out? See, knowing Jack, he's going to push me hard in the contract negotiations. He's going to push me. I know it. I'd love to get Svetlana to play the Ghost of Christmas Past, but... Right, Nova says Zemus. It's not Xmas, it's Zemus. Good one, Nuba. Zemas. I would love for Svetlana to play the Ghost of Christmas Past, but she won't do it. She won't do it. Maybe I'll have to play Svetlana. It looks like I'm going to have to play all Svetlana's roles here in the Z Show with my Svetlana impersonation. I know it. Gary says have Heidi play it. I don't know. Heidi's a good sport, but she's not always very willing to come up here and get on camera and stuff. Music Holds a Secret says Ghost of Christmas Past equals Jack and Drag. No, because he has to interact with himself. Jack's Scrooge. There's nobody else to play Scrooge except Jack. It's fucking writes itself, really. Svetlana's the Ghost of Christmas Past. She has to be. Or like maybe Manel or somebody like that. I don't know. Who knows? I don't know. Just saying. We're brainstorming here. We're brainstorming. We'll do other musicals here in the Z Show. We could do The Sound of Music. Things that I like. Musicals that I like. Yeah, Heidi's making excuses why she can't come up. It's okay, Heidi. Don't worry about it. There's a lot of opportunity here for roles here in the Z Show. The Z Network. Major Facepalm says, I missed the segment. Do we have a weak-willed Bob Cratchit? Not yet. Moose is playing Tiny Tim. Who could be Bob Cratchit? Maybe Yurt Fellow. Maybe Austin Yurt in A Thought Experiment could be Bob Cratchit. He'd make a good dad to Moose. Razvan in the house. Sorry, Razvan. I didn't include you in my rendition of A Christmas Carol. Coming soon to Z Network. We'll find a role for you, Razvan, somewhere in one of these little Z shows that we're going to do. You'll have a role, Razvan. No, Gary Baxter. Wizard's already playing Jacob Marley. Wizard already has a role. We've done it already. I'm going to make this happen. We're going to do a Z Christmas special. It's happening. I'm going to make it happen. It has to happen. There's no other way around it. We're doing it. Yeah, Razvan. We're going to work you in somewhere, Razvan. It'll happen. You'll be a villain in one of the things that we do. You will be. There's a role for you, Razvan. We need to alchemize this whole thing into something creative. We just have to. We're just gonna do it. Razvan says, "Don't put me next to the failed Hollywood actor Moose." I can't imagine that Moose was a failed Hollywood actor. I just can't see that. I can't see it. But just know that Moose, any roles that you're going to be in, very likely you're going to end up in drag. If I'm included in Moose, he's not going to be drag when he's playing Tiny Tim. That would just be too much. I don't want to insult like everybody's idea of Tiny Tim. Like I don't want to ruin that for people, but moving forward, Moose, in future productions, your Moose is going to be in drag. It's going to happen. It has to happen. There's just no way around that. I have to have Moose in a fucking wig with a female voice. It's going to happen, man. Cage says it's a humiliation ritual. Is that what it is? We're going to dress Moose up in drag like they do to all those black actors. You know, that conspiracy that all these black actors, or even any actor, that you almost have to do a role in drag. It's like a Hollywood initiation ceremony to their secret societies and stuff. I do think there's something to it. I mean, when you really look into it, all these major actors, very, very, I would say the vast majority of major actors have had to play a role in drag. I think even Brando was in drag, but Brando apparently was LGBT rainbow community. But you can just look, like almost every black actor has been in drag. Most of us know that. You could look at all these major Hollywood actors, like Jack Lemmon, Dustin Hoffman. That's just, I'm just scratching the surface, guys. I'm just throwing it off the top of my head, but there's something to it. They have they appear to, there seems to be some Hollywood ritual that you need to come out and drag at some point in your acting career. Yeah, Nubis is Robin Williams. Like, it's not just the black actors. Sorry, I love, I love the melanated people here. I love my black folk, my POCs, so to speak. I love you guys, but sometimes you go overboard with the black oppression thing. I'm not taking anything away from your history, don't get me wrong, but there's a narrative that it's only black actors that have to be humiliated and addressed. That's not true, guys. It runs throughout Hollywood. Tom Hanks' one of his first roles, if not his first roles, was in a 1980s sitcom called Bosom Buddies, where he was in drag almost the whole show, each episode. And look at Tom Hanks. He's like the archetypal creepy actor. He's the archetypal like Hollywood creepo elite. And basically his first role was in drag. You just constantly see these people dressed up as women. It's a part of it. Now, you could say it's a part of acting, the whole acting theater type of vaudeville, even back to Shakespearean type of, like a method or like a culture that they have within the acting. The thespians, right? Not the lesbians. Come on, guys. Bring it highbrow. But the thespian culture. There's a lot of drag. All that Shakespearean stuff, apparently, with all that Shakespearean presentation. Apparently, all the female roles were played by men. So all the roles for women were played by guys in fucking drag. I don't know. I wasn't there. It's the word on the street. So there seems to be something to this whole thespian experience and acting in drag. What is it, guys? See, this is where we go overboard as truthers. So we all want to give our little narrative. Oh, it's the Luciferian inversion. It's the Baphomet, who embodies both male and female characteristics. It's the inversion. It's the satanic inversion. Okay, guys. It could be all of those things. It could be none of those things. Let's not get away with ourselves. Let's not just run away. Nuba's talking about Eric Dubay for some reason. Nuba, do you think we can get Eric Dubay on here to play the part of Rob Cleveland for the Rob Cleveland show? I would do that. I would go there. Again, that might be a little controversial. Yeah. Heidi's always so excited, Heidi. Heidi is so active in all these chats. Heidi, you are the definition of a chat whore. You'll go from show to show, whoring yourself out to different creators, just so you could experience the thrill of the chat. Heidi, stop being such a chat whore. I see you everywhere, whoring it up. You're here, you're on Paul's channel, you're on London Man's channel. Fuck, Heidi, you even spend time at Voynich channel. Heidi, we may need to do an intervention, like a metaversal intervention for you one of these days, because Christos says, no, that's Angela Baby Carson. Much love, Angela Baby Carson. And Heidi, Angela Baby Carson was my original bottom bitch, and then she turned on me. And now you don't see her anywhere. She says, where is everywhere? Come on, Heidi. Denial. That's your problem, Heidi. You're in denial. You're not seeing that you're the archetypal chat whore. When you say everywhere, everybody knows that you're everywhere. Everybody sees you everywhere. Heidi, you're a chat whore for Voynich. How do you think that makes me feel, Heidi, that you go from me to Voynich? He's disgusting. His whole channel's disgusting. His show's disgusting. His chat's disgusting. Major Facepalm says, Voy doesn't even spend time on Voy show. Okay, she said, I haven't been to Voice in a long time. Thank you, Heidi. I was starting to feel a certain way about that. I don't really mind sharing you, Heidi, with Paul and London Man. I don't mind that you're experiencing, what they have to offer. I can get by that, Heidi. Because like Razvan says, you belong to the streets. Shout out to Future. Fucking Christos. Right, she belongs to the metaversal streets or the screets. So Heidi, I don't mind sharing you with Paul and London Man, or even Dick. But I have issue with sharing you with Voynich. I draw the line at Voynich, Heidi. It's just too much. I'll even share you with Thunder Chicken. But not Voynich. That's not going to fucking happen. No, Heidi. Cage just said you belong to the whole web. Sorry, Heidi. I mean, you've made a name for yourself. You've done this to yourself. You really have. All right, it's about the time to drop the link. I know Cage is just ready to jump up here. I don't know how ready I am to have you up here, Cage. His voice. No, that's somebody else, Carly. Cage, I don't know how willing I am to have you up here. I might bring you up for a very short segment. Because I'm worried about you, Cage, because I have a theory. Christos, help me out. I have a theory. Christos, come up here. I want to talk about Cage and Axis Rat Blood. Because I have a theory Axis Rat Blood and Cage are in cahoots with each other to bring down the entire Truthiverse. Get up here, Christos. I have a fucking theory that you and I need to talk about. And I think Christos is going to help me with this one. Come on up, Christos. Because I have a theory that Axis Rat Blood and Cage are endeavoring into a Masonic infiltration into the Truthiverse at large. And I have evidence, Christos. And I'm going to present the evidence. Are you here, Axis Rat Blood? I'm about to talk about you. Cage is here. Because I think Cage, from Caged Reality, and Axis Rat Blood, the suburban Satanists, I think they're engaging in a conspiracy. And I think they're conspiring against the truth community. I don't know. We need to explore this. Yeah, Cage wants to see the receipts. See, Cage, I'm on to it, Cage. That's why I am, and always will be, the 10th level Jedi truther that I am. I'm the 34th degree. I've gone beyond all you Masons. I didn't have to become a Mason to just become enlightened and illuminated, so to speak. I'm self-illuminated, Cage. I didn't need to join some secret society and make my way up through the Blue Lodge, the Red Lodge, Cage. I didn't need to do that. Iroar says Christos loves Cage. Well, I love Cage too, Iroar. All right, Christos is here. Let's bring him up. I love Cage too, so I don't blame Christos for loving him. I love Cage, but that doesn't take away from, my theory that Cage and Access are planning to infiltrate the Truthiverse. Christos, welcome back to the stream. What's going on?
Hey, yeah, I don't know if this is like a joke that you're throwing Axis rat blood in the bunch with Cage.
Nope.
Maybe I've missed some things with Axis with Masonry, but Cage, you're out there. I'll say it right now. You've said a couple things where I wouldn't be surprised if, you were involved in some type of order of something.
Yeah.
With some of these things that he's casually said, I had to do
Yeah.
double takes. And hey, I mean, I'm glad to know him. But when he said that he doesn't want to reach a wider audience the other day, you were there briefly, and I told you that as well. I don't know, it kind of just threw me off. I'm like, why are you even streaming? Why am I even sharing this if you don't care about having people over here? But then you're gonna tell people to hit the link. So yeah, I'm getting some mixed vibes from you, Cage. Maybe you should hit the link. I don't know if Z wants you up here, but he's kind of like Manly P. Hall. He wasn't brought up in a lodge, but they made him like an honorary Mason just because he was so on point with his knowledge. He knew even more than the Masons that were 33 degrees. So they just, he took the shortcut. He became 33 degrees honorary, and boom. So whether Cage is involved with Masons or not, he sure as hell seems to have an appreciation for the occult and esoteric knowledge like a Mason would. So, and I'm not saying that's a bad thing either, because I appreciate those things,
Right.
Hermeticism and so on. But yeah, there's definitely something that's legitimately suspicious. Like, I'm not even joking. Axis Rat Blood, I'm not sure what to say. I've seen some weird pictures of him dressed up in different ways, but yeah, other than that, Cage, you might want to answer for these. I'm not gonna speak on it just yet. There's something I could say right now, but I'm gonna give him some refuge. Yeah.
Interesting. This is why I brought you up here, Christos. This is why you're here, dude, because I knew you'd be able to provide us with some info. So, all right, let me just present my case here to you, Christos. So, I don't know if you were here, but last week, a number of shows ago, we had Axis Raplet up here, and he apparently he claims that he's developed a frequency, what he calls an irritant frequency, like a hate frequency. And he says that he can come on these panels and he is able to present a frequency that's sub-audible. That basically it's not perceptual, but yet it's still affecting you. And
Yeah,
right,
okay, yeah, I heard someone say dog whistle. I saw someone say dog whistle the other day.
right. So anyway, so
Some
he came up
Yeah,
here
okay.
and so as he was presenting, he had this frequency on, and fair enough, Christos. I have to say that it appeared to have had an effect on my audience. Like they were all like Heidi was out of her mind. Like Heidi was like spiraling, like losing it, like calling, like doing everything to protect herself. So there's some evidence that his hate frequency was at least causing some effect, right? So we kind of tested it out here, and Trish Bastone was listening, and apparently it was like disturbing her baby, So there's some evidence that his hate frequency works. So then I go over to Cage's channel. Where'd Christos go? Hold on. You there, Christos? There he is. There he is. Say something so I know you have audio.
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, cool. So, all right, so he comes, Christos, and he's presenting this like frequency, dude, right? And oh, Christy Lee Dolls is here.
Influencing the field. I've heard him say it a couple times, and he's put it in chat that he's influencing the field.
Right.
That always got me. That's kind of a funny thing now to throw around, but you know, I think there are things out there that can actually like fuck with people when it comes to frequencies and so on, but you know, maybe there are some other variables at play. Maybe he needs to fucking try his, dog whistle that will make you shit yourself
right.
tactic again some point. But wow, okay, it's all making sense because Mark Basket the other day, he was like talking about Axis rat blood making people shit themselves, and I was really confused.
Right, so it's coming together.
Sick, twisted, satanic, weird sexual deviant stuff, but I guess he's just a fucking weirdo. Yeah.
Right. He says he is a Satanist. Z. You play with fire, you get burnt. I mean, Razvan's making a good point, man. We're probably playing around with forces that we shouldn't be. Christos. So my point is, Razblood comes on and presents a frequency to my audience. There seems to have been some effect on the audience, right? So I'm over at Cage's the other night, and there's like me, you, and like two other people like in his thing. But just coincidentally or not, Christos, one of the people there was Axis Rat Blood. Now, right, do you agree with me that right there's a suspicion that, like, of all people that there could be in his show, why is Axis Rat Blood like the one person watching it? Does that tick any red flags for you?
I was yeah, he said Axis out, and he put a little black emoji heart. I think it is what you were
right.
referring
So
to. Yeah,
he let us know because Axis always has to. We know that his magic, he has to tell us. He can't just do it. So you saw the same clue I did, that Axis Rat Blood had to say, I was here. I am the Axis. Now I'm out. So he let us on. He revealed his method. It is the revelation of the method, right, Christos? Okay, so now.
Influencing the field. Again, that's why I said that earlier, because he's telling us, right? Like,
right.
Quote unquote, showing us.
So he's influencing the field. Now, further evidence, Christos, is that Axis Rat Blood comes to my channel and he leaves a comment in my chat, and I'll read it verbatim. He said, I left all the links to utilize the frequency as a weapon on social media in Cage Reality's live chat. Let's see what happens. The Axis, Black Heart. All right, so now not only did you and I notice Axis Rat Blood in Cage's chat, then he even has to reveal his method more by coming to my comments and telling me that he left a link to utilize the frequency. So Axis Rat Blood has now given Cage the fucking technology to destroy the Truthiverse. Caged Reality now holds the technology to destroy us all, Heidi. Heidi's going to get scared again. She's getting scared. I know it, Heidi. It's okay. You could tune out if you want to tune out now, Heidi. We know. It gets scary. So Caged Reality now holds the key to destroy us all, given to him by the Satanist Axis Rat Blood. So now we know that for sure. They both seem to be Masons. Axis Rat Blood flashes that fucking Masonic ring every time he comes up here. We know Cage is playing games with Masons all day long. So here's the thing, Christos. I'm hesitant now to let Cage up on here because I'm hesitant to let Axis Rat Blood up because I don't want him blasting his hate frequency all over me and my audience and the Truthiverse at large.
True.
But now he's giving Cage that same Masonic hate fucking frequency power. So I'm just as hesitant to let Cage up here because if I let him up, what's to stop him from blasting us all with his fucking hate frequency, dude? What are your thoughts? Did I make a compelling case here or what?
I mean, I won't lie, all jokes aside, and you have actually made an interesting point there. with everything you said. Cage is a mysterious person. I mean, the fact that he chose that name as well, it
Right.
also seems fitting. But he never shows himself on camera. He's done it like once or twice, and I'm pretty sure that it was by accident. The one time I know for sure that I saw him. I don't know if he actually meant to pull up on camera, but yeah, you know what? Cage, I'm gonna have to, do a little fucking pogo background check on you now that we've come to here, sir. So, stay on the lookout. I was listening to The Secret Doctrine by Madame Blavatsky
Madame Blavatsky of the Theosophical,
Theosophical Society
this
last night.
Theosophical Society. Go ahead, Kristevsky. So what were you listening
Rudolf
to?
Steiner is the shit.
I didn't mean to
I don't-
step on you, but
You're
what were
good.
you listening to? Go ahead.
The Secret Doctrine by Madame Blavatsky.
Right.
Which, that type of work is, seen by some people as like, secret societies and, the occult and magic work. So part of
Right.
me, it still feels like it's a joke just because you brought Axis Rat Blood into this, and I can't take him seriously. But there is an element of mystery to Cage, which keeps me intrigued with what you're saying here. And
Right. Well,
he told me something once that like it had me curious, that I just kind of assumed he was joking, but he told me he was not joking, and I just figured, okay, he's a good guy. This is someone that I can reach out to if I need. So
Well, Cage is in the back. How's this, Cage?
let him up.
I'll bring you up, Cage, but you have to promise not to blast the hate frequency over the airwaves. Can you? I'm gonna serious, Cage, in the back, because you need to. I need to see you state in the private chat that you're not going to blast the hate frequency. I need to get that from you because I need to protect me and my audience cosmically and karmically. You need to tell us. I need you to bind it in writing, and I need you to say you're not going to. He says, "Man, I'm on my phone. I've never done that before." That's not what I said, Cage. That doesn't count. I need you to write, "I will not blast the hate frequency. I will not play the hate frequency." If you don't write it, I'm not letting you up. I need to. No, you just can't say "I will not." You have to type it all out. I need to see it, Cage. I will not play the hate frequency. If I don't see you say that, I'm going to get rid of you.
He can't play that video either that you made trolling him with the noises.
Okay.
Background
He
music.
said I will not. He said I will not play the hate frequencies. Okay. See, Christos, I've learned their game, dude. When you're in this game of magic and energy and spells with all these people, you have to learn, because I've come to the understanding, like you said, through, you can look at their writings through their mystery schools and stuff, like you said, the Theosophical Society. You can look at the OTO and all that damn Crawley shit. You can look at the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn, right? Because the Golden Dawn, I mean, it goes back, and all these damn occult secret societies.
The Vril Society.
The Vril, you just took it out of my mouth. I said you and I said Thule and Vril at the same time. With the Aryans and the so-called Nazis. And when you learn their techniques and you learn their magic, you realize that one of the key components in their magic is the idea of sovereignty. It's the idea of choice, right? You can't violate another's free will. We must choose the spell, right? So, okay, anyway.
Are you a good witch or a bad witch? It's there in pop culture too. The choice between the magic.
Right. Heidi is imploring me to bring up the caged one. I picture us bringing him out like Hannibal Lecter. He's strapped up and he's got a mask on.
I was about to say, when you said the caged one, it made me think of like a WWE character or something out of some fantasy
Right.
coliseum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like what's his name in the WWE? He was played by Nick Foley. Remember he had like somebody will know. I forget his name. Fucking might have been Cage. It was something like that. Yeah, or like the Undertaker. Anyway. Yeah,
I
Mick
didn't
Foley
watch
played
it
a good.
when yeah, I watched some of WWE when I was younger, but I didn't watch it like in the 90s or early 2000s.
Thank you. Major Facepalm knows. Mankind was his name.
Nice.
Cage is Mankind. He just is insane. What are you saying, McLovin? Promote the promote the show this Friday. Which show, McLovin? Me? I didn't.
I know.
Oh, me. Okay. So here's the. I think I know what we saw about. I didn't agree to Friday, but let's just go with it. I think I could do Friday. London Man on London Man's channel. He just dropped a link to it. London Man's doing an exclusive interview on me, Zetetic Warrior. What do you think about that, Christos? Are you going to be there for that? It's going to be
doing a show with you.
not a show. Well, yeah, but it's an interview. He's going to be interviewing me. It's not going to be an open panel. If he wants to open the London Man, if you want to open the panel up afterwards, maybe we'll do that. But
yeah, I'm definitely not one of those people that assumes everything is an open panel. As much as I like open panels, I know those people are out there.
So I don't want to
asking for the link and shit.
Yeah, I don't want to try to be like a producer for your show, London. But what I'm picturing, London, is you and Pamela from Mystical Musings. You guys interview me exclusively for however long you want to do it. And let's just do it. Let's not do like 5 minutes. Like, let's do a fucking real interview, dude. And then, the realist McCoy's down for it. And then maybe you can open the panel up afterwards and we let all the miscreants in. How's that, London Man? Does that work for you? And we'll do it Friday. London Man's promoting it for Friday. He already left the link. What time Friday, London Man? So I could. Yeah, he says exactly. What time do you want to do it? My time. Eastern Standard. You usually go on like 4 p.m. my time, London. So is that what you want to do? Like evening, Friday evening? Is that what you want? He said 9 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time. Well, there we go. We'll let everybody else figure it out. Is that what it is, Real McCoy? It's 4 p.m., 9 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time? Okay. All right, well, there it goes. We'll do it. We'll do it live, Friday evening. Everybody be there. Drop the link again, London. London Man's going to drop the link to the show Friday evening. Z exclusive. I got to write this down, London Man, because I'm going to forget otherwise. You better remind me, London Man.
I think this is going to be more epic and more of a big deal than when Illumitami was doing his little segments with London Man. Which, shout out to everyone, but London Man and Z, there's definitely a dynamic there. I think that's been waiting to happen.
All right, everybody, hit the link. Press the reminder. Even if you're listening on replay, I got a lot of people that listen on replay, Christos. If you listen on replay, I want you to go in the chat right now, hit the link, press the reminder, and that way you're there for the London Man, the Z exclusive London Man interview, or what I say the exclusive Z interview on the London Man channel. We'll go into it. Anyway, it's good promotion here. What's our singer saying? Thousands of years, Z. What are you saying, Uncle Rick? What do you mean by that? Thousands of years. What are you saying? Uncle Rick just assumes that I'm able to follow every single chat as I'm talking, running the show. I love you, Uncle Rick, but Uncle Rick, communicate in more than fragments to me. He says Pogo Cupcake. Then he says thousands of years, Z.
Yo, I love how our singer will drop comments that will be like Z equals on point. Bullseye emoji.
Well, I like that stuff. But all right, we didn't miss Cage, Heidi. He's still there. All right, let's get back to the subject at hand. Let's bring Cage up. He's promised that he's not going to blast us with the Access Rap Blood hate frequency, but so we'll take him at his word. But Christos, I do think that there's a weird relationship between Cage and Access Rap Blood. Anyway.
I'm not sure. I don't think so. I have to give him credit there. I don't think he's really associated with Axis. I think Axis just stops by sometimes on his stream.
Gotcha. All right, well, let's bring him up. Let's let him answer these allegations that have been levied upon him. Without any further ado, Cage, welcome back to the stream. Cage, can you hear me?
Wow, the sun looks amazing this morning.
Yeah, I'm here now. I was
Hey, you want to show yourself for the sake of the Z show today?
No, I don't.
No, you don't want
but
to?
I have nothing to do with the Rap Blood character. Yeah,
see, I didn't think so.
Yeah, I was just streaming the other. Yeah, I could actually show you it. I privated it if I could send you the link, and it's a very interesting conversation. Just proves everything you're saying.
Well, let me ask you, Cage. Did he indeed send you the link to the hate frequency? Do you hold that technology now?
No, I can tell he's very crazy and very dedicated to what he thinks is some delusion of his little power that he has. But I'm telling you, because he's like, oh, Cage, he's like, can I post a link into your thing? And then he posted 4 links into it. And I deleted them off of there. And then you know what he was saying? He was saying he's going to give us the people the weapon so we could destroy ourselves with it.
Right.
He doesn't like people who make noise or something.
So what does that say about you, Cage, that if indeed Access Rap Blood has created a...
I never clicked his links. I don't click anyone's links.
Well, here's my point, Cage. If he's created a super weapon, if Access Rap Blood has indeed created some kind of weapon of mass destruction that he's going to employ on the metaverse, what does it say about you that he wants to give it to you?
That is low level. This guy, he has nothing. He's like a little child that got hurt, and he's trying to affect other people. After I told him,
I don't know, dude. I don't know.
Told him that.
Why is Access Rap Blood giving you the keys to destroy the world? What does that say? I don't know, Christos. There's something going on here. There's something going on. I know there is.
No, there isn't, man.
I don't think there's any collusion between Cage and Axis.
Zero.
But
I've talked to you more than I've talked to him.
I don't trust all you. I don't trust these Masons. Cage, are you a Mason? Yes or no?
No, I'm not. I'm not. I've never taken an oath. I never would or will.
Why are you so interested in their practices? You know everything about the Masons.
I know I can go into theosophy. I can go into the golden.
All right. Why don't you tell the crowd today? Why don't you give us?
Why? Because it's obvious these people obviously have a big power in the world and they know something. So why not look into the stuff they look into? I don't have to fucking go into a coffin or.
Calm down. Yeah. Let me interview you about the Masons. Let me try to do something valuable with you, fucking Cage.
All right. Well,
you can't stop tripping on your own dick.
What do you want to know?
1. We're told that there's 33 degrees in the Masonic order, but some people say there's more, that it goes all the way up to 66, which is funny because I have 66 people watching right now. It's a synchronicity, but it 33? Is it 33, 66, or otherwise?
Okay, well, I'll tell you what it is, right? There's 2 different paths in Masonry. They call it the Scottish Rite or the York Rite. Those are the two main ones, and then there's concordant bodies, which are technically not a part of Masonry, but you can go way deep into stuff like the Knights Templar, all these other things, like the Cryptic Council. So there's 2 different paths. So in the Scottish Rite Freemasonry, there's 33rd degree, but that's opening the door, really. If you go to that path, the 33rd degree is the beginning of it, actually. And then you can get into different things, and they don't really have a degree. It's they have different words for them. But yeah, there's something way beyond that for sure. If that answers the question.
Cage, do you feel like the Masons are just an extension of the Jesuit order? Is it possible that it's really the Jesuit order that's amongst the top of the pyramid or pretty close, and that many of these secret societies that we see today, whether it's the Masons, the Rosicrucians, the Knights of Malta, the Club of Rome, et cetera, is it possible that they're all offshoots of Jesuits? Yes or no?
Well,
Yes.
Jesuit does come from Jesus, right? But I'd say it goes even further back than any of that. You know what I mean? I think that's just like a nice name to put on it for now, depending on what, for modern society. But I think it's more ancient than that. It's something a lot older. Well, yeah, you can call it that if you want.
Cage, do you feel as if look, I'll put it like this. We have a tendency across the truther community, the truthiverse, to villainize the so-called secret societies, to villainize the mystery schools, right? But can we look at it another way? Can we look at it and say, hey, knowledge is power. Power could be dangerous when it's in the wrong hands. And is it possible that they're actually serving a role by holding the knowledge, protecting it in some way, making sure that it's held through humanity, and keeping this powerful, and some might say dangerous knowledge from the unwashed, uninitiated plebes? Go ahead, your take.
I'm gonna hop in here, Cage, and then you can get it. In my opinion, I think some quote unquote societies or mystery schools, you could say, have good intentions or maybe like neutral intentions. Like, not all secret societies are inherently withholding for bad reasons. I think there is a degree of knowledge that needs to be protected. Yes.
Well, yeah, like how I answer that, Z, is like in your practice, right? You have to have a level of training and understanding in order to go and be able to deal with the public, like you were at one point, right, in your training. So it's like you can't just hand somebody the tools and expect them to be able to, deal with the situation properly. You have to go and learn it, right? So it's like anything else in that manner.
Fair enough on that one, Cage. Cage, you are very interested in the mind, power of the mind, the power of our thoughts. You've sort of expressed in the past that you feel as though we each independently have our own ability to really influence this reality.
Yeah, we are
through our thoughts and through an alchemizing of our thoughts and our sort of our energy, our consciousness. Okay, so let's take you for your. Let's just take that as true, whether it is not. My question to you is, what methods would you recommend for anybody out there to begin to learn how to alchemize their thoughts and to be able to turn any type of negative frequencies into a more positive, more resonant, harmonious frequency?
First step is the reprogramming of the mind, subconscious mind consciously. So it's pretty much like every thought, you have to sit there like all day, or not just sit there, like do whatever you're doing, but like be consciously aware of everything that's coming into your mind. And then kind of analyze like why is that coming into my mind? Is it a native thought? Is it foreign? And then transmute it technically, and then find the source of it, cut ties to it, kind of transmute it. Because most of the thoughts people have are not even their own. I hope you know that.
What do you mean by that? That most people's thoughts aren't their own? Expand on that.
They're being influenced. They're being put into their mind. Like, you know how easy it is to put a thought into someone's mind? These guys are like the masters of it that are running shit right now.
Is it subtle? Because, Cage, I'm fascinated with the power of suggestion. Yeah. So it's like this. If I tell somebody to do something, it'll very likely create a reaction in their mind, in their consciousness, in their cognition, where they'll naturally pull back from it, right? However, by using the subtle art of suggestion, you can seem to implant different thoughts in people's minds and therefore lead and motivate their actions.
It's like a form of hypnotism.
Think about that.
Yeah,
right.
Like hypnotism, really. So it's like you can play on the way people think and kind of implant subconscious cues, that it's almost like seeding, and eventually it creates something. But this is happening constantly, unless you're aware of every thought that goes in your mind. But you don't have to, that takes a while. Like that, you could do it for like 3 months. Like do it for 90 days. Every single day, you're analyzing all that, transmuting it through a visualization process, replacing it. You know, like you're overwriting the hard drive type thing, the memory, and then after it becomes like a natural process. You know, you won't have to like consciously do it. It'll be like a part of your repertoire of reality. You know, you won't hear a Satanist talking about that for people though. You know what I mean,
Fair enough on that one, Cage. Fair enough. Here's what I want to do, Cage, because I have to take a bathroom break. I have to urinate. It happens, and I don't want to just do it here on camera because it's weird. So I'm gonna give Cage. I'm gonna set a timer. I'm gonna give you 2 minutes to just unload as much info as you can on my audience about the current subject. It's going to be 2 minutes of pure unadulterated cageism. And I'm just going to leave you up on your own, and you're just going to hit my audience with everything you think they need to know. And no, it's just you. It's just you. I'm giving you the floor for 2 minutes. This helps because Cage, you say you don't want. All right, here's the thing, Cage. You have a channel. You were broadcasting the other day, but yet you're telling people you don't want people to be at your channel. No one's really believing that. Everybody who broadcasts want people to watch him. So this is an exercise not only for you. It's not only for me because I have to exercise my urine.
Listen. You know, that's funny how you brought that up, right? What I mean by that is this: the fact that you saw it.
Hold on, save it. I didn't start your 2 minutes yet. You have 2 minutes, dude. You have a floor, okay? You have a platform. You have 2 minutes to just. It is like Cage. Look, there's something in the corporate business world called an elevator. Your elevator speech, which means if I find myself, say I'm, whatever, I have some business, I have something that I want to promote. If I find myself in an elevator for 2 minutes with somebody who maybe could be one of my investors or something, I have to have my elevator pitch. It's called an elevator pitch. I have to have it ready to go, right? Like I'm sure Jack Talcott has an elevator pitch. If Jack Talcott's in an elevator with like one of these other guru kind of guys, a Tony Robbins, Jack has to have his 2 minute elevator pitch. So I'm going to give you a chance to give us yours.
I'm going to give you a chance to pitch to me, Z. I need 30 seconds.
All right, we can do that afterwards, but you're going to get your 2 minutes, okay? Let me just straighten all this out.
What subject should I talk about?
That's up to you, bro. I'm asking you for your elevator pitch, and you're asking me what fucking subject you should talk about.
How deep?
Hey, Cage, talk about DMT.
I don't really pitch people.
Whatever, Cage. Hold on. But it's your 2 minutes, Cage, so it's all you,
take
man.
A fucking piss for God's
all
sake.
Right, here it goes. 2 minutes starts now.
All right. Welcome to my show, apparently. I got the 2 minutes here. What do you guys want to talk about? Let's talk about reality. The formulation of reality. How is reality formulated? Yeah. In the comments, anyone have a comment on that? How reality is formulated? It's almost like an algorithm, right? So pretty much what I figure, if reality is formulated through the mind, or the mind is a key to formulating reality, a part of it, the best way to understand reality is to break down the mind. The different parts of the mind, like the hippocampus, the temporal lobes, all these other things, and how they react. And it's like reverse engineering the computer. Yeah, that's connected to a network or something. It has to go into magnetic fields. There's billions of magnetite crystals that create chains called magnetosomes that directly, they have a direct connection to reality and magnetic fields that are formulated. See, I don't want to get too deep into it because they have a synthetic magneto is called. It's actually some sort of synthetic thing they can inject through a virus, which will actually turn on or off these kinds of things. I don't know if you guys have noticed a bunch of more kind of zombie-like individuals lately. I'm looking at the comments. Christy Dawson, REAI.
All right,
I guess
Cage.
it could be AI.
That's your 2 minutes, bro. That's your 2 minutes. That wasn't bad. I felt as though you did well there. It's, you did a little, let's say, a monologue or a soliloquy. In any great Shakespearean play, there was always a Shakespearean play, there was always a part in the play where one of the characters would do a soliloquy where they just kind of go off by themselves and they kind of do their thing. Let's bring Christos back. Christos, how do you think Cage did with his 2 minutes?
That was dope.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
But the ending was kind of like, oh damn. I don't think he was ready to finish, but
Right.
can't
I'll just say
blame
this.
him.
There's so
yeah.
much, man. I need way more than 2 minutes. I'll be here all fucking day trying.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Just give you my little channel. Cage, the only critique is, Cage, I saw you go past like your fear and hesitation, but your first instinct was to go to the chat. But then you found yourself in it. So
Yeah,
but you did it.
I don't know, man. I'm not really good at this kind of shit. I'm better
Well-
at typing. Like I'm better at writing, and then
Right.
verbal speech. And it's a good
Do
exercise.
you want to try it again? Do you want 2 more minutes, Cage?
No.
You sure? Because I have a theme.
Conversation.
Christos, I have a Cage theme song that I made. Not it's Cage's theme.
Yeah, I tried
music.
finding it after you played it on my fucking shit the other day, and it's gone.
I took it down. I can give it to you. Well,
Send me the link, bastard. Bastard.
do you want to
Yeah, I
do
wanted to
two?
play-
Do you want to do 2 more minutes with your theme song behind you? Do you want to test it out here?
No, just play the theme song and then.
No, you have to talk over it because I actually pulled the theme song, which it's just your background music. Do you want to try it out? All right, we'll do it the next time. We'll
let's
do it
get
the
it.
next time, Cage. I don't want to.
I have a special offer for people in the chat. If you want to see an updated Z with no hat, he came on with no hat, but he changed his name. You have to change his name back to Z. As soon as the hat goes on, he turns into Z. It's like his fucking uniform.
That's funny. It's all about the beanie. It's the power. People ask me why I wear the beanie. One is, I just like it. Just frames the whole presentation better. But two, it's just that
It's your magical fucking hat.
it's like superstition at this point. It really is. We've gone there. All right, Cage. Much love. It's great having you on today. But I'm not going to make this the whole fucking Cage show. Any final thoughts for the audience today before I kick you the fuck out of here?
Yeah, that's kind of weird. Like back to that Axis thing, like how he commented on there. Like he came on. You just talked to me about this. I'm gonna send you a link to this because he's very dedicated to this shit. He's gonna give people a weapon and then let them kill.
He already sent me the link. You don't have to send it to me. He already tried to do it in my comments.
Did you click it?
No, because I know the way he works. Because if I click the link, he'll probably just blast me with the hate frequency. Like that's the trap. Like he says, but the link is probably the thing. He probably has like spells upon spells upon spells. He appears to have a lot of time on his hands, and he appears to be.
He admitted to me.
Quite
He
mad.
literally told me it works for the devil or something.
Well, he's a
Like-
Satanist. Of course, he works for the devil. That's what they fucking do.
No, but I'm saying like, my bad. Like he truly believes it, like 100%.
I truly believe it 100%, dude. All right, Cage. Adios. Much love. Check out Caged Reality. If anybody wants to put a link to Cage's insane channel, he just goes on sometimes and plays stuff. But if anybody, hey Cage, you might get a few fans out of this. Feel free to drop a link. Cage is not modded up in my
Don't fucking
chat,
drop a link. Don't worry.
and he
about
never
it.
will be. So somebody else will have to do it for him. Much love, Cage. Talk to you soon. Much love. Cage, everybody from Cage Reality. Completely insane.
Where's Rob?
What's up, Christos?
I said, where's Rob?
Bob Cleveland?
Yeah.
He doesn't like my show anymore. He's not a fan. I don't think he ever really liked it, Christos. No, I'm serious. He doesn't like me or my show. He I found him running around pillow talking on other channels, saying how he doesn't like me and stuff. And then he
You
got
sure
mad
that's not
because,
out of context?
well, I mean, you could any chat's out of context, but he said I'm boring. Take it for what it's worth. I mean, how do you take that out of context? Z is boring, was his quote.
Man, I'm gonna say no comment. I was about to say something.
Yeah.
I thought he was here yesterday. Like I thought like one of the last streams I saw you do, he was sitting
No,
up
he's here all the time. Yet yesterday and today are the only times he hasn't been here. But he doesn't like it because after I caught him pillow talk and shit on me, I started going in on him. I created the Rob Cleveland show. I presented the theme song that he thinks is racist to his show, and he doesn't like it. He doesn't like what I'm doing with the whole Rob Cleveland show. But he knows why I'm doing it. He knows he was talking shit on me, and I caught him. So he probably feels a little bit embarrassed, if I had to guess, because that's why I'm going so hard in on him, because he knows the deal. I don't know,
That's
Rob.
funny.
I always thought Rob had a little bit more substance to him. I thought Rob was more of a man of substance, but he appears just to be, like I said, how Heidi's a chat whore. Rob Cleveland appears to be a panel whore. He just kind of goes around panel to panel and just whoever lets him up, he just sits there, like looking fresh and clean. Honestly, Christos, if I had to guess, he likes being a panel whore because he can come up and, like I said, he could farm the white bitches. He could present it. This is like a dating website for him. This is like a dating website. Oh, Christos, don't laugh. We know you're playing the same game. We saw you running around with your shirt off last week or 2 weeks ago on somebody's channel. So, Christos, I get it. You're laughing,
I
but
was communing with Yurt.
you're communing with the earth. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Right.
In
With
a
your
thought
shirt off.
experiment.
Gotcha. Well, Christos, if you're going to run around with your shirt off, do it here, man, because, there's a lot of ladies of the Truthiverse, and they seem to be interested in seeing Christos with his shirt off. So do it here, dude. If you're going to do it anywhere, do it here.
I'll do a special segment. You're gonna be live for like another hour, right?
I finish at 9.
Right. It's 8 o'clock where you are.
Yeah, about that.
Okay. Yeah. I'm a surprise. They don't see me coming. Like that OTW clip that he plays at weird times. That's what I'll say to that.
Fair enough. Look, you keep them. Anticipation is, it's probably better than the experience itself. So to keep them all waiting, keep everybody anticipating the whole Christos experience. Christos, they were playing me on Paul Enslaved yesterday. The first hour was dedicated to Zetetic Warrior.
Oh, I missed some of that. Was that yesterday with the Illumitami Rising?
Yeah, whatever that show was. I didn't see much of Illumitami, but I saw a lot of Z. I didn't listen to it. I just went through it, and I just saw okay. I was featured for the first hour. So I really can't comment on the subject matter. But if you were to be my my advisor, so to speak, how do I proceed moving forward according to Christos? What would you do if you were me? How would you handle these whole metaversal hijinks?
Keep that element of diplomacy, of course, that already, you and others have operated with.
Right,
But yeah,
like politics, right? Like you need to learn how to play the geopolitical game. Diplomacy is a good word. It's a go ahead. I'm sorry I interrupted you, and you're making a good point. Continue, Christos.
It's okay. Yeah, I was just gonna say, as long as you're still staying true to sticking that flag or stake in the ground, which is basically saying this is important. Fuck what other people say, even if they're people I respect and have a lot to offer, out here in these communities. and with knowledge and experience. Rights and freedoms, I think, it has the most utility. It probably is arguably the most important thing out of all these things, correcting your status. I was talking
I
with
agree,
Neil
Christos,
Power
but
about it,
I
but
agree,
I
but just in a
definitely
different
think
way
there's no
because
reason to undermine flat Earth at all and say it's shapes, shape fighting or number
right,
count.
like why is it either or? That's what I don't understand, Christos, is the either or. Like, how does talking about the shape of the realm undermine rights and freedoms? And how does talking about rights and freedoms undermine the shape of the realm? They're mutually exclusive in many ways, but of course
Right.
they're obviously related. So it's like, I don't, you know, it's like, why would I come on here and undermine rights and freedoms? That doesn't make sense. So why would somebody who's a rights and freedoms guy undermine flat Earth? It's I don't see it. And plus, Christos, I put it like this, and I'll say it again: is that I believe understanding the lies and deception of this reality, with the globe lie being probably the top of the list. I believe when you understand the deception, you're then better able to free your consciousness, right? So where do rights and freedoms really come from? It's a freedom of spirit. You need to free your spirit first. So I don't see those things as like in competition. That's why I'm not going to play into the competition. I don't need to go after Paulie's content to make mine better. So why does he have to come after my content to make his better? That's just the way I look at it. You know, you want to weigh in on that, Christos?
Yeah. I think it definitely was interesting. It was an interesting moment, and I think you're justified. Because I mean, you even said your name was inspired from flat Earth, and you've definitely stood for it so heavily in the past. No reason not to now, and it's not any disrespect, towards Paul. Yeah, I don't think. Were you kind of alluding to it being like a way of making like content, like not saying like fake beef, but I don't know. Was there like a theatrical aspect to it? Would you
There's
say?
always a
And there
Christos.
always is.
Christos, there's always a theatrical aspect to these metaversal streets, dude.
Uh huh.
It's
I
part of it,
agree.
man. It's a big tent circus, dude. It's a three-ring circus in a lot of ways because you have to hold an audience. So you might come on here and you see me joking about, wanting to bang Christy Lee dolls, which isn't really a joke. I actually want to bang Christy Lee dolls, but I'll make it a joke, right? You see what I mean? And or you'll see me coming on here talking about the Rob Cleveland show or the Access Red Blood show. A lot of it's shtick, a lot of it's goofy, right? But
Right.
underlying that is, you know, the whole experience here. Because I don't want to come on here, Christos, and say, I have the truth and I'm going to pitch it to you. And I want you to kind of buy my truth, so to speak. I'm not doing that, right? So for me, it's about facilitating an experience for all of us. And I do it through myself. Like I say, my show is a solipsistic journey into my consciousness. And then we play with that and see all the little, the little characters that show up, the experiences that present themselves. And then maybe through that process, we grow from it, right? And then people could choose to experience it or not. And that's kind of the way I look at it. So a lot of this is always going to be hijinks. But I do find, Christos, that people really get invested in it, man. Even me at one point, I could look back in my past, my journey here on YouTube is we tend to get invested in these things. And I think that's a lot of the experience for the people. So there's always going to be an element of, let's say, drama, entertainment, and everything to all of this stuff, dude. All of it.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
my bad there. A minute ago, I wasn't trying to bullshit you, but I was picking up this order, this delivery I'm doing. So when you were asking for my input, after what you were saying, I was following along, but I feel I guess I don't have too much else more to say, I guess, on the situation. I like that you did it. I'm glad you did it. But I don't think it's also some like big deal either. Like you're like going against Paul. Like I I don't think I ever heard anyone call it this, and it definitely isn't. But like, I never heard the term like backbiting or Breaking Bad. I didn't hear that shit. But I also really haven't been paying attention to multiple streams and streamers, so I may have missed some parts from yesterday or whenever any type of response or review of you making your statement to Paul and others.
Right on, dude. Fair enough. I'm wondering where OTW is. OTW, who seems
I was
to
gonna
be.
bring him up. Yeah. Not literally bring him up, but I was gonna bring him up in conversation. I'm glad you said that.
Why? What do you have on OTW?
Oh, I was thinking that maybe he could have contributed earlier with the Cage and Axis Rap Blood, because I believe he's had some run-ins with those two in their own regards. This is nothing against OTW, but he's a trolly character sometimes. Like that white suit he had, that was the same suit he wore from the Flat Earth rap. And then the fact that was playing at Trinity's thing, oh my goodness. Like
Right.
real life memery.
It's funny how that all works out. I know it's weird that Trinity Dave was playing OTW's rap, his Flat Earth rap. Like that's on his playlist, which is funny. Well, Christos, because OTW does a segment on my show where he comes up and he does the news across the Truthiverse or the headlines, which I like. Like that's one of my favorite segments that he does, and I know the audience likes it. Most of them, at least the ones that have commented. And but you never know when he's up, when he's out, or what he's doing. You know, I mean, Christos, he says he wants to do a morning show, his early rising show, but he'll start his early rising show and then he'll stream it for like 9 hours. And then I'll turn my YouTube on and it's the OTW News Early Rising show, but it's like 6 o'clock at night. Like it's not an early rising show if you're just going to stream all day, Patrick. You need to retitle that or something.
He's been making some moves recently. He's also been tripping up maybe a little bit at some points. I think Yurt's coming strong for him.
You're saying Yurt's coming after OTW?
Yep.
What makes you think that?
Maybe I shouldn't say that so assuringly, but it's the auction gate thing. OTW getting out the paintings to people.
I don't know the reference. You're gonna have to. Not everybody's tuned in to the OTW news every second of it. What's the reference here, dude?
Well, OTW did an auction of a bunch of his artwork that he's made over the years, and he was supposed to have shipped a bunch of them out to people by now, and he hadn't. And I guess Yurt was kind of getting impatient and saying, hey, where's this isn't professional. Where's the painting? And
wait, you're saying
OTW asked for money up front for this stuff, and got it out to people yet.
Sorry, you're saying Yurt purchased artwork from Patrick, original artwork, and then Patrick never sent the art? Wow.
I think he sent it out yesterday like 2 days ago. Fairly recently he sent it out now, but it was kind of becoming one of those things, back to the whole aspect of the theatrics of this metaversal Truthiverse stuff. But Yurt actually just made a video, I think, involving you. Some weird little edit. I didn't watch it all the way through. He's doing this whole Ubik thing. I don't know. It's like a Russian word. It's Ubik saves. He's talking about he's going to save the Z show and hashtag Paul save us from OTW show. And I don't know. He's getting really fiery recently. Yurt is. And then, hey, not speaking of Benton, but since talking about Yurt, I saw Benton down there you showcased in the comments. I haven't seen Benton in a while, but it seems he's doing his shit pretty early now that he's trucking again. So Yeah, it's been
Yeah.
interesting. I haven't seen Benton as much though. Yurt's doing his morning show now, like around the same time or before OTW. It seems that Yurt's making a statement that he's gonna like make better content than other people and bring more value, and I think that's like good. Let's have people. We need some healthy competition, is what I'm saying. And
Yeah, dude, no doubt about
flat
that.
Earth, it's a different perspective. I yield.
Fair enough, dude. Somebody's in the back, and they have some kind of like
I was
ancient
gonna ask.
Paleo
wondering.
Hebraic. Are they saying stuff? It's like it looks like they have some type of like Hebrew. Are they writing in Hebrew?
Are they trolling because I have my my Jewish or Star of David emoji?
It says "Greetings, peasants," and it's like Can you show me your face back there before I let you up?
That's
Can you
suspicious.
Can you flash your face? Can we see you? Type something in the private chat. They come up with no face. They come up with some Paleo Hebraic writing. And they just say "Greetings, peasants."
That's hella weird. Yeah, I don't know what to think of that.
Right.
There's been some weirdos lately popping up again. I don't like P bombers and so on.
Yeah.
Like Pineal almost let some fucking weirdo on his stream the
Right.
other day. Speaking
Well, I don't
of,
mind
you know,
letting
you said the
people
Grand
on, but
Rising show going 9 hours and shit. Z, I'll just say this real quick. Pineal is doing his stuff on a backup account that no one knows about. It's like his third backup or fourth backup in a cult experiment with 23 thoughts. I came by and showed some love, but like it's just, I don't know. Pineal is someone I feel like we need to get through to. You know, it's kind of like me. You know, people say, you know, there's potential in me, but I'm like goofy and young. I feel like Pineal is a similar situation. I don't know what's going on, some ADHD or something, but I feel like there's a lot of untapped potential with penile power. And him being somewhat around my age out here in the Trutherverse, I feel inclined to, befriend him. Cage as well, in a way, you know. Cage and Pineal are some of the younger people out here, so I feel like I can relate to them a little more in some ways, even though
well,
I still vibe
Christos,
with a lot of people out here.
I think penile power. He actually makes me laugh a lot of times, like when he's on as like part of other shows and stuff. He'll say
Yeah.
stuff that's funny to me, dude. You know, but I think he is like I think he's here. A lot of this for him is a like a belonging. Like he belongs here. He gets to interact with people. So he he gets something out of this, right? It's like a social thing for him, a community. So I think we all have sort of a natural urge to belong to a community. I think it's adaptive, and I think it's I think it's in a lot of ways necessary. But so I think he finds that here. But more and more, and this isn't a knock on penile, it could be a knock on all of us, is that I think there's a sadness to it because it's showing a lack of something in our lives if we're using this for this purpose, that we're coming here to in some way fill in or substitute for the lack of family and community that the lack of real life family and community. Do you understand what I'm saying, dude? Is like we should be able to be fulfilled by the people around us and by the community around us. We should be able to engage in an experience with other people where we're able to have the relationships, real relationships on all different levels. And I think more and more people are coming to the metaverse to fulfill the need for relationships. And I think it's a problem. You know what I mean? So you're right. I look at Pineal and he seems like he's here for that. And if I were to say anything to you, Peniel, and I'm really just giving myself advice, I'm saying the same thing to myself, is that my thought is that it's probably going to be unfulfilling. It's probably going to be a fruitless endeavor, really, to try to fulfill some type of desire for friends and family through the metaverse, bro. And I see that in Peniel, you know, and I think he knows that about himself. He's yeah.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
go visit him sometime. I already was telling him it's gonna be like one of these things where we're kind of breaking paradigms, fourth wall stuff, where all of a sudden I'm gonna be on a stream on Pineal's end, or or he's gonna be on my account. We're gonna go live. We'll both be in the same spot live, type stuff like Brian had done with people. Except we're not gonna be taking young lasses on hikes or anything. But,
well, I mean, it gets blurry. Like right here, like Christy Lee Dolls is right here in my audience, and many of us know how I feel about her. And Christy Lee Doll says, "I'm very isolated by choice, and it feels lonely." And the reality is, I see you back there, London Man. We're gonna let London Man up in a second.
hey,
Um,
yeah.
But here's the thing, Christo. It's like I see Christy Lee Dolls, and like I have a desire to like hit her up, and say, "Hey, where are you? What's up? Let's get something going." And there's a strong part of me that would like to break down the metaversal barrier between Christy Lee Dolls and myself and really explore something in the real world. But like I wanted, like she says, she's lonely and isolated, and I know I could probably help her out there, but in a lot of ways, Christos, I feel like that might be fraught with peril and pitfalls and, in a lot of ways, destruction. What are your thoughts on that, Christos? Is that something that I should explore, or do I just let it be the metaversal hijinks that it currently is?
Well, it depends if you're trying to get some action and do something romantic with a female, or like this is someone that you're just cool with, that you've talked to in the communities online, you happen to be in the same area as them. I don't know if I would ever, if given opportunities, like try to really pursue anything, like try to get head or stuff. Like Pineal was talking about trying to get dome the other day, like through the Trutherverse. But I definitely, like, if Ryan O'Shea was in Missouri, or like I think Yurt was in Missouri for a while, like if I was ever near people and I had a chance to go drive out and like participate in a stream they do, just to again break the paradigm, I'm gonna do it. But no, I think it's good. If anything, I think it's healthy in a way to cross over into real life from doing these things online. I don't participate all the time in streams or the community over there, but Brian Stavely, like, I know there's a lot of people out on the West Coast and other areas, but specifically the West Coast. I think Brian Stavely and others, and certain people in his community, I remember Cleveland Steve was with Brian and others, and to see people, because if you're meeting so much as a community already, but it's just online, if there's ever the opportunity, yeah, take it to the next level, go in person. I feel like there's more pros than cons with doing that. And but to what you were saying earlier, I also do see maybe I can have the humility as well to say within myself, but just in general, archetypally, finding community maybe in a superficial way from the metaverse and the Trutherverse. I hop on here a lot. I won't lie. Ever since I
Hold
started
on,
doing this
Christo.
with
So
the
I
channel-
got an update. I don't want to cut you off. Hold on.
Yeah, you're good.
But that was good thoughts. I'm going to take all of that under advisement. I'm going to take that under advisement. Oh, look who's here. Timmy's here. Much love, Timmy. Timmy, I never got a chance to officially congratulate you, dude, on your recent the update in your life events, Maybe I did. I don't know. Congratulations, Timmy. Timmy has brought a life into this world. Better you than me, Timmy. I don't know if I can handle a kid in this world, but If anybody can do it, Timmy, you could. You seem like you got a good head on your shoulders. And, you know, I can only imagine what it'd be like to have a dad like Timmy and grow up like that. So much love, Timmy. Yeah. He said it's been great. I miss you too, Timmy. I'm happy for you, dude. Much love, dude. More dads should be like you. Anyway, Christos. Remember I said there's like somebody in the back and they're just giving me like Hebrew. They're just writing in Hebrew. But anyway, so they sent me a message. It says, first he said we're peasants, and then he said everything's under our nose. But then Christos, get this one. They say Cage is a part of the 33, and to be careful. So they're giving us info on Cage. What the fuck, London Man? I was just about to bring you up.
Trolling.
London Man hates when I don't bring him up. He gets. Where'd you go, London Man? Fucking drop the link again. Hold on.
Yeah, I'm
London
pretty
Man
sure
hates when I leave him in the back.
It's just like that Coronism, Orthodox Coronism trolling lady that sounds like Manel. Like I feel like it's probably the same person, like taking on strange.
Oh, you
like,
think so?
Religious masks. That's just what comes to my mind. It's just weird energy. Yeah, I definitely wouldn't let them up.
Right. Hold on, London Man. I was going to bring you up, dude,
up here?
to promote our segment. Well, he can come if he wants, but anyway, Christos, this guy in the back is basically saying that Cage is part of the Masons, but this guy says that he was sent by Anush. Chat. Who's Anush?
I thought that was like a
Anush.
lady. I thought that was like an Indian Bollywood,
Okay.
famous lady or something.
All right. And now they're writing in Hebrew. It could be Sanskrit. I don't know. It's either Sanskrit, Hebrew, or maybe some old Phoenician, some Phoenician language. Either way, I don't even want to even look at it. But
Blasphemous. You might have to kick them out of the backstage even if they keep playing around too much.
well, I was going to bring London Man up, but he took off for some reason. Do I let this person up and give him a platform? How's this?
You let the Hebrew text person? Is that what you're talking about?
Should we let him talk? Should we let him speak?
You got a banner ready?
Well, yeah, I got to put something up, right? Like a banner. You're saying?
Yeah, I really don't trust.
All right,
a
hold
lot of
on,
these
Christos.
people,
Let me see if I can do this. Hold on. Probably gonna fuck my whole stream up, but let me see if I can fuck with the layout here. Give me a second. I will let this person up. I shouldn't be doing this, by the way. Cinema layout. Let's see. Cinema layout. And then I need to present something. What the fuck am I going to present? Do I have a Z image I could bring up here? Hold on, guys. We're doing this live. It's a live broadcast. All right, calm down, everybody. Come up here. I'm like a fucking juggling monkey for you guys. Sometimes I feel like I'm going to pass out. It's happened to me, Chris. So sometimes I've been up here, like live streaming, and I feel like I'm going to faint, dude. And the struggle's real. Struggle's real. Here, maybe I'll bring up the Mason sign. Trigger all you people. We're talking about Cage and the fucking Masons. The fuck is it? Come on. All right, let me try this, guys. Please hold. Please hold. You can still hear me, right, Christos? I know, guys. We're doing this live. This is a live broadcast. I'm not like, we don't have production value going here. Stop laughing, Realist McCoy. He's laughing at me. He's laughing at my lack of production value.
Brian O'Shea's been kind of spiraling recently.
He has. There's no doubt about it. Hold on a second. Let me try something. Share screen. Sharing the screen. All right. Chat, can you still hear me? Chat. Let me know, chat, if you can still hear me when I do this. Just give me a yes or no. So can you still hear me when I fucking bring this up? All right, so you all say yes. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back here and let me bring this person up. All right. Can you hear me, dude? Can you hear me?
Yeah, you know, the thumbnail's right there. You're not even covering
You're
it.
a fucking idiot, Z. Holy fuck.
Oh, it's you, Cage. And it shows you anyway. I got to figure this out. I have to figure this out.
Bro, what the fuck are you doing, man? Bro, what?
Oh, it's this one.
Click
Hold
the
on.
layout shit. Hit the
Shut
fucking...
up. I'm practicing. It kicked to the wrong thing. Here it is. How about now? Let's talk. 1, 2, 3. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you the whole time, bro. Unless you mute your mic, we can hear you.
All right. So it kicked to the wrong thing. Cage, so what are you doing back here writing in crazy? Get the fuck, get out of here, Cage. Get the fuck off my stream. Unbelievable. I got 81 people here. It's fucking
Yeah,
8:30 in the
for
morning
real.
and I'm messing around with Cage.
I should have known it was his bitch ass.
Yeah. Who else would it be? I'm kicking him out. I'm getting him out of the studio. I'm not gonna ban him. I'm just kicking him. We had enough of you this morning, Cage. That's fucking enough. Yeah, I got it now. At least that was my first time trying it. Part of me thinks my computer's going to short out anytime. Like, part of me this morning, Christos, I wanted to go and play that Trinity Dave, who I have on my show. He's a flat Earth street activist, and he got into an altercation with a bunch of fucking little hoodlums. And I wanted to bring it up and do some commentary on it, but I don't think my equipment can handle it. Like, my computer just fucking heats up and goes crazy, and I don't really have it. Guys, I'm using I have a MacBook Pro from 2009. I bought it. My MacBook Pro is almost 15 years old, but it says something about Mac that it still works, Like, I don't have a microphone. It's just me. Guys, if you want to know I'm sitting in front of a MacBook Pro. That's it. And I have a light in front of me, so I don't look so creepy with just the light of the computer. That's all. And I have a black tarp behind me. This is the level of my production value, anyway. All right, Christos. I liked having you here this morning, and I feel like we've come to the end of the Christos segment, and we'll see where the rest of the show takes us. Yeah, hold on, Christos. I got to prep my audience because my audience, they're so programmed because you guys are so used to all these panels. I'm going to say it for everybody. Just because I let a guest go doesn't mean my show's over. I'll let you know when the show is over. So I see how we're all just a bunch of trained monkeys. Get out, break the programming, people. You don't have to walk around like a bunch of trained bots, just fucking basically being controlled and having no agency. Anyway, I went off there. Christos, any final thoughts for the audience today?
Stay on the lookout. That's all. Thanks.
Much love, big dog. Christos, everybody. Christos, he's popular amongst the ladies. Although he seems to be in some type of committed relationship for what it's worth. Not sure. But I have a feeling that if Christos was presented with the right opportunity, who knows? He seems like he'd be willing to explore it. I don't know. Who knows, ladies? I'm giving you hope out there. I'm giving you hope. But let me ask Timmy, because Timmy's here. Timmy, I consider you somewhat of a consigliere for the truther community. Not just mine, but on other shows. You seem like you embody like some type of wisdom. And I put it out there for my audience in general, but I'm putting this out there just for Timmy Carini to answer. Is that because I'm going back? Yeah, he's here. Sorry, Timmy. You can just give me a yes or no. I've been contemplating if I should explore certain, let's say, opportunities with some of the ladies that present themselves here. Some of them are making themselves more or less available to your buddy here, Zetetic Warrior. My question is, Timmy, should I break the metaversal wall and pursue any of these fine ladies IRL, or should I leave it? You can just give me a yes or no. Should I pursue it or not? Yes or no. Deepstalk says no, but I'm asking Timmy in particular. I value his counsel, so to speak, in these matters. And I'm looking for like a definitive answer because the general audience is just going back and forth. Timmy says yeah. I'm a little surprised by that, Tim. Timmy says yes. Wow. I'm a little surprised. A little surprised by that. But I'm going to take it for what it's worth. I'm going to take it for what it's worth. Cult member number XYZ basically tells me to do it, you know? Deepstalk says, I know you were. No, it was what? I don't know. Oh, no, I was asking Timmy. I get it. But Deepstalk, I know you wanted to lend your voice. Deepstalk says no. Timmy's embracing it, man. I don't know. We'll see. Part of me just would rather do the whole IRL thing, but you know, part of me wants to do the IRL. Heidi says, whatever you do, Z, please get some strange. Heidi's imploring that I get some strange. Part of me thinks she's really just offering her strange to me, but I don't know. Jeff Piser's in the house says, what up, peeps? What up, Jeff? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I'll drop the link in case anybody wants to come up and shoot the shit before we wind the show down. Patrick, this is where OTW fucks up because this is the perfect time in the show, Patrick, for you to come up and do the OTW news segment. It's great to either the OTW news segment is it good to kick off the open panel portion of the show or to end it. Either one, Patrick. Let's do some production here. Crowd, anybody who likes the OTW news segment, put a 1 in the chat if I should do it early in the show, or 2 in the chat if I should end the show with the OTW news segment. What do you think, Yeti Life? 1 for OTW news early in the show, 2 for OTW news at the end of the show. Let's ask the crowd. I like doing this. Heidi just says neither. That's not Heidi. You really don't like. I like that segment. All right, London Man's back. London Man, I'm going to bring you up, but let's see what the audience says about my poll because London Man, I like the OTW news segment here in the Z Show. I like it. To me, I'm keeping it. Heidi doesn't think it's valuable. I do, but I want to see what the crowd says of where it should be placed. Yeti Life likes it at the end of the show. David Harper says in the beginning. Max Intense says end. Christy Lee wants it at the beginning. Major Facepalm wants it in the middle. Jeff says at the end. So does Amongst Us. So does Mad Mac. Because I can go either way with this. Because if he comes up and he hits us with the Truth or Verse headlines in the beginning of my open panel segment, then that might be able to contribute to the content for the rest of the show. Because if he puts it at the end, then where do we go from there? But part of me likes to bring it up, like the news at the end. Most, I don't say most, but a lot of like broadcasts, like radio and podcast programming, if they put the news at the end, you typically put the news at the end of the show. I could be wrong with that, but let me go again to the crowd. Capricorni says, I like either of them. Aurora says, put it at the beginning. Christos says the end. Deepstalk says the end. It's split right down the middle. So I'm going to have to make this decision on my own. What do you think, London Man? Should I bring Patrick in early or late in the show?
I would say late in the show. it's more of the dynamics to the show. So I would say later.
I might have to agree with you. Part of me thinks that we bring OTW news in at the end, you know, and then he could promote his shit too. It's a perfect opportunity. Like, I'm wrapping up. He can give me his segment, and then he could promote whatever the fuck he wants. It's a good launching pad for that. I'm going to make a note. I've been making notes, show notes lately as we go through. And if you guys saw my scribble and my insane fucking notes, like I'm a guy, London Man, that I can't even read my own notes when I write them, dude. I'm that guy. But I'm going to say OTW segment, end of show. All right. End of show. All right. Thank you. You helped bring clarity to that, London Man. All right, London Man. So we're doing it Friday, huh? We're doing it?
That's a fact.
All right. So listen, for anybody who missed it earlier in the show, London Man, OTW, come up, dude. We're going to do your news segment. After I'm done here with London Man, you're going to do your news segment. Get up here, OTW. OTW, we've decided that your news segment's going to come at the end of my show. I just made that decision with the help of the crowd in London Man. Is that that's the best place for it. And then it allows you to have an opportunity to promote some of your shit, and then people could launch into it. You understand? It keeps it fresh in their mind. We're growing here at the Z News Network. Just so you know, it's 6 a.m. everywhere on the planet. What does that mean, OTW? First of all, what planet? Just so you know, it's see, this is why I know OTW is probably not a real flat earther, because he still says stuff. OTW still thinks Earth is a planet. It's not a planet, Patrick. There's no planet Earth. Patrick, the planets are the planets. This has nothing to do with us. Right, Christos is laughing because Christos knows I've been on to Patrick, because Patrick is playing the whole flat Earth thing. And I do believe that he's not complete, you know. Like, I don't think Patrick's like a fraud when it comes to it. But Patrick, come on, it's not a planet. Anyway. Just come up, Patrick. Nobody knows what you're saying. It's 6 a.m. at any given time. What the fuck? This is what... Let me rein it back in, London Man, because I don't want to step on your segment. Patrick, get up here. You're fucking it up, dude. You have a segment on my show. Just get up here, Patrick. Stop chatting. Anyway, all right. London Man, let's reset. Let's cleanse the palate. Because we're here. To my audience in London Man, as I'm doing this promo, I want you to drop the link to the link that you dropped in previously.
Oh, fuck.
This Friday at 9 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time, which is basically London time, I think, or English time. Is Greenwich Mean Time London time, London Man?
Yeah. There you
All
go.
right.
Mm-hmm.
So 9 p.m. London time, which is Greenwich Mean Time, which I believe for me is 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. On this Friday, this coming Friday, folks, right around the corner, this Friday, London Man will be will do an exclusive interview on myself. Me, Z, Aesthetic Warrior. London Man's going to basically have me all to himself, and basically he's going to interview me. London Man. Yep, link's in the chat for anybody. Hit the link now and hit the notification. You're not going to want to miss it. Yeti Life, right now, go in and hit the fucking link, dude. You're not going to want to miss this one. So, what's the layout, OTW? London Man, London McLovin, London Spielsberg. You got so many fucking names. What are you thinking as far as the structure of the interview? Do we want to do like we were saying before, where it's you and Pamela Mystical Musings, and you just interview me for like an hour or so, and then we go to an open panel? What are you thinking, dude?
There you go. I'm thinking exactly along the lines of that, Z. Me and Pam pick your mind, see where we can take it, right? Get the audience asking you some questions, and then once that's completed, bring some of the expert panelists that are normally with me, bring them on to ask you some more in-depth questions.
Got you. So here's what I'll say. I'm down for it. We're going to do it, but I might not be able to, like, say if you do like a 6-hour broadcast, I might not be able to stay there for all 6 hours.
No,
you know
you're
what I
good.
mean?
You're good.
Like maybe we do like an hour with me up front or whatever,
Mhm.
and then we do the open panel for like maybe an hour. And,
Mhm.
you know, 2 hours will probably be enough for me, dude. You know, because I'm going to be doing my stream in the morning and then the next fucking morning, dude. You know what I'm saying, bro?
There you go. There you go.
Cool,
Hey,
man.
moving forward as well. I said it yesterday, but I'll make it clear again. I'm not really looking to do the 6 hours anymore like that, especially on Fridays, because I do intend to go live the next following day. So I'm trying to keep more material and more hours saved for the next day also, you know. So got to chop it up a bit. Plus I got things to do, so I can't be giving away 6 hours like that anymore, unfortunately.
Cool.
So, mhm.
Cool, dude. All right. Much love on that one. All right. So, London, man, I mean, I guess I'll see you. I mean, you know, maybe we'll talk for the rest of the week, but I guess I'll see you Friday evening for the Z interview over on the London McLovin channel.
There you
Right?
go. Mm-hmm.
All right, bro. I'll see you then, man. Much love, homie.
Peace out, bro. Much love.
Peace out, big dog. That's right, Huddy. This is truly the show that never ends. You said it. All right. Let's do the Patrick thing. I see you, Patrick. Get ready. I'm about to bring you up, Pat. All right, everybody, as we move on to the show, next segment, let's bring up our friend, Patrick from OTW News. And he's going to give us the headlines from all across the Truthiverse, because that's what we do here. We discuss all things Truthiverse. And who better to discuss it with than our good friend, Patrick from OTW News. Patrick, welcome back to the stream. Pat, we can't hear you. And there goes Patrick. We lost him. Where'd you go, Pat? We're having technical difficulties. But what I'll say is Patrick's trying to get back on. See what you could do, Pat, is Patrick, I went back and I watched the Trinity Dave footage that he had from his activism. And because we talked about it a bit yesterday, where these basically he was kind of being overwhelmed by these young hoodlums on the streets of Brighton. I think it was in Brighton. I'm not sure. So I was able to watch that, Patrick. And I was when we were talking yesterday, I thought you were talking about the day before. But I got to watch the footage that you were discussing, where there was some physicality going on. It got a little rough with our friend Trinity Dave. Here's Patrick.
Hey, man.
What's up, dude? What's up?
Yeah,
What's
I was
up?
just gonna tell you, you know, I won't be able to do this segment. I'm not even home. I'm actually doing some errands before I go to work. So yeah.
Oh, this
But
is
I
the
just wanted to
segment.
say real quick. You know,
Hold on, we could still do the segment if
Okay.
you're on your mobile. It's not a problem, dude. You know, I mean, we don't have the, you know, the sound effects and all, but it's still the segment. But go ahead. What were you gonna say?
well, it's because I don't have the computer in front of me to go check out all the head titles and stuff like that. So that's where I get my ideas from, you know. And so right off the top of my head, I wouldn't know where to start with the stories.
All right. Well, let's go into the Trinity Dave thing that we were talking about yesterday, because I went this morning and I watched the interaction. Now, when you and I discussed it yesterday, I was thinking that you were talking about the previous day's action, but no, you indeed were talking about the latest video where things actually did get physical with the crowd. It got physical, and it almost got real fucking ugly, dude. Like, from what I can tell, dude, things almost got physical in a real way. I mean, is that your take also?
Yeah, I believe so. Even at the end of the stream that he did, you see people still chasing after him, and he's leaving with his family. So you know, it was you know, pretty hardcore in my opinion. Just wanted to put out real quick, you know, Z, somewhere in the world it's 6 a.m. So you know, the Grand Rising show is for you know, it's worldwide. So whatever time I start the show, it could be 6 a.m. anywhere.
Gotcha.
That's
Gotcha.
what I was trying to say in chat earlier.
Gotcha. So you're saying, you know, you're not exclusive to the East Coast. You're basically saying, hey, it's a morning show for somebody somewhere. Gotcha.
There you go.
Even
Yeah.
if they live in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, on the David Bowie
Yeah.
continent, the eighth continent that nobody talks about. Gotcha. Um, so Pat, I mean, dude, I mean, here's what I'll say. Here's my take on the situation. Because Mitch was trying to give us the counterpoint. Mitch feels as though that Dave was in the wrong because he solicited the kids first. I will call them young men, you know, but they appear to be, they said they were below 18, 15, 13, 14, different ages. They were young men, but we can call them kids. I mean, I'm sure they're below whatever the legal age of adulthood is in Great Britain. So we can call them children if you want to. Let's call them young men, whatever. But these young men walked by and Dave just did his normal thing. He was doing his flat earth pitch, you know, he's like a flat earth pitchman. You know, let me do my Dave impression. I like doing impressions anymore, but he's like, because he has that British accent, but he's South African. He's like, oh, lads. Oh, lads, Earth is flat, lads. You've been lied to. The globe is a lie. Earth is flat. You've been lied to. Ma'am, do you know the Earth is flat, ma'am? Water finds its level always, ma'am. We're not rotating around this. We're not orbiting the sun. It's impossible. Right? So anyway, he was doing his flat earth thing, and so he got these kids. So he's engaging with these. Audrey's laughing. So he's engaging with these kids, and it gets physical. They're in his face, and it seemed to start. All the smoke started to start when the kids realized they were being filmed. Did you agree with that, Patrick? Oh, he's frozen. We lost him. We're just staring at Patrick's frozen face. My point is, let me get rid of Patrick. Come back, Patrick. I'm going to put you in the back. You're fucking frozen. My point is, guys, you can check it out on our friend Trinity Dave's channel. Some people like Slash Eye was there. Is that he's doing a street activism. He's chopping it up with these kids, and then they realize that he's filming them. And that's where it all went bad. When I say film, he had him on his camera. And then the kids were saying, you can't film me. I'm a minor, and I'm in public. You need my permission to film me. And he said, no, I don't. Now, we know that we're always being filmed in public with these CCTVs and stuff. They're being filmed. So if the government can film you, why can't a private person film? The second thing is, I'm not very familiar with London or British law, but so to speak, or the legal system. But even when the cops showed up, or the bobbies, are they called bobbies in England? Who knows? I don't even think your cops have guns, which is weird. But even when they showed up, they basically said, yeah, like, you know, you could film whoever you want. You're in public. But the kids took issue with it. Probably because they realized they were being little brats and they realized they were behaving poorly. So I would conjecture that the kids were less concerned about being filmed in public and more concerned about their presentation. So it seems like once they realized they were being filmed and they realized they were being little jerks, things got really heated. And things got physical. Chests were being bumped. Basically, Trinity Dave was being... let me, as I'm talking, pull up his link so I could drop it in the chat. You guys can check it out. I think it was his very latest live stream from yesterday. I'm pretty sure it was his very latest one. No, it was the day before. It was 2 live streams ago. Yeah, it says Royal Tunbridge Wells Day 2. Right. So it's one that's labeled Royal Tunbridge Day 2. Let me get the fucking link as I'm yapping on here. You guys can check it out. And, I mean, it gets physical. No punches were thrown, but Trinity Dave found himself in the middle of a scrum. How would you British say it? It was a scrum. Let me drop the link in before I forget. So maybe you guys want to go check that out. All right, I dropped it in. Go check out Trinity Dave. Make up your own mind. Friend of the show, Mitch, was up yesterday basically implicating Dave and saying that it was Dave's fault in some way, or saying that Dave is culpable. Mitch basically placed the culpability on Dave. So I'll let the audience decide. Christy Lee Doll says, "Is there a link for the video?" Well, I just dropped the link for Christopher's channel. All right, yeah, let me drop the link for the video itself in the chat. Guys, I'm still learning how to work all this stuff. You have to understand it, guys. I'm not a professional broadcaster. I'm a retired pediatric audiologist. But I'll follow Christy Lee Doll's advice, and I just dropped in the link to the actual thing. Jay Heighton says Mitch was trolling. He might have been trolling. Either way, guys, it's 9 o'clock. We're going to keep it tight. Much love, everybody. Thanks for another great show. We'll see you here tomorrow. Same time, same place. Much love, everybody. Keep it real. Stay real. Peace and love. Peace and love.